Military Broadcast Radio, the station that's giving veterans a voice.
Find us on the web at mbradio.us.
Think of all that time. Every wait in the winter. Think of all that time. Those hours no one else could sprint in the summer. Every wait in the winter. Every sacrifice. Early mornings on the levee. Late nights in the film room. Bus rides to playoff games. Every bump in the road. Every moment of ecstasy. Every moment of doubt. Years wondering, is it all worth it? It's all led to this. Man, I got this. It's a 60-minute drive for a 60-minute game. After all the miles we've traveled, we're almost there. After all the hours we've worked, one more can make us legends. After all that time, this is our time.
Seems like no nonsense guy. Like
re-emphasize that for the Saints fans out there on TikTok. Caveman, what did you just say?
The rebuild starts right now. Marshawn Lattimore's gone, so the defense, like we're not getting any better.
Looking to get it into Smith. What a pass! That's game! Wardell Smith with the game winner! Oh my goodness!
And that is why you have Aaron Fry pass the ball in. A career year. And like you have you have the best quarterback in the league, arguably, the best wide receiver in the league, and you've got the best edge rusher in terms of total sacks this season. And you're 4-7, and your playoff chances are hanging on by a thread.
As true as day is night, my friend. Death, taxes, and the Chicago Bears losing to the Green Bay Packers. It's what it is. It's what it's always going to be.
Let's make it interesting.
We're making it interesting. Come on. Give us the freaking home. We'll take it.
Oh, no!
Oh, no.
Put him in there.
This back
Put him in there.
Who the heck is that guy?
Deflected good, help defense from the Warriors. Oh, what a pass! And Kuminga throws it down! This could be the pass of the year so far. You might watch every game the rest of the season in the NBA.
Mr. Announcer guy. So don't you go saying that you're never going to see that.
You're such a hater.
Military Broadcast Radio, the station that's giving veterans a voice.
Find us on the web at mbradio.us.
You are looking live at Military Broadcast Radio.
What's up?
What's going on?
Monday Football Frenzy until the final whistle at Military Broadcast Radio. It was a great weekend, boys. We had some college football playoffs going on. We had NFL all weekend. We are going to bring all of that to you and much more coming up on the next 3 hours on a Monday Football Frenzy. Let's
Can't
get
wait.
after it, boys.
I can't wait.
Get out of bed. It's 10:30, 12:30.
Yeah.
Wherever you're at. I mean, you're probably already up.
Interesting.
But it's Christmas time.
It is
It
Christmas
is.
time.
Christmas is in
It's
the
hype.
air.
It's in the air.
It's about that time.
Anybody got any crazy plans?
I got to work on Wednesday.
Open
Yeah.
presents, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Open presents, hang out with my family in the morning, hang out with some residents at the old Golden Lodge, and then come back home.
They giving you
Hang
guys
out.
like double time for like working Christmas and stuff?
I think
I
they
hope-
have to.
I think they have to, yeah.
I think that's
Yeah,
a lot.
that's a lot.
You got to pay people time and a half or something if you're going to make them work on the holiday.
You better. You better.
Oh yeah.
Man, I was getting freaking torn apart by these people over the weekend.
Old people were busting you up. dude?
They were having a weekend. Let's just say that. They were.
Were they getting torched, buddy? Do
They
like old
were-
people get drunk and like watch ball and that old folks? Because that's like, if
They
you're
can
gonna
only-
send me there to die, I'm getting fucked up watching football there.
They can have a drink a
I
day.
don't care.
They have a drink a day. So some guys usually
They're
come to
boozing in
dinner
their
with a
rooms
beer.
though.
I mean, maybe.
Probably.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Probably.
I'm getting hammered in my room.
Probably.
If
I would be
especially my
too.
family, like you're gonna send me out to pasture, I'm getting wrecked, brother. I need to forget about the traitor and treasonous kids
exactly.
that just want to send their mom and dad
Exactly.
to like one of these and then they got to go mess with caveman.
Yeah.
That's tough look, brother. I'm
And
sorry, man.
they're pretty cool.
I bet they're straight.
Yeah.
I bet
It's-
some of the old ladies like are actually kind of funny because old people are kind of funny. Like they're ruthless.
They are.
They
Yeah.
They'll tear you apart. They don't give a shit.
They got nothing else to lose.
Yeah.
Like they're only.
If you're in
allowed-
assisted living, like you're half dead. Like,
Oh yeah.
what are we even
well,
talking about?
They're honestly a lot of them, man. They really could. Like at this point, the more. I feel like the longer you live there, they get more independent. Honestly, like obviously somebody's got to take care of them a little bit.
Yeah.
But I
Oh,
feel
yeah,
like
totally,
some
totally.
of them definitely could still like
Be on their own.
with a little bit of care could
Yeah.
be on their own.
Like my mom's 72. Technically, she could live in one of those
Some
facilities.
of them are some of the people
My
that are her
mom's
age.
cruising, flying across, going all over the hell. You know.
I mean, some of the people there are her age.
Oh yeah, totally. Yeah.
And like honestly, a lot of them are like pretty similar. Like they're not really. It doesn't really seem like they're that old.
Right. Age is just a number. Age is just a
Yes.
limitation.
Yeah.
You know, that's it. And we'll find out. But it's kind of cool though that they are there for them cavemen. That's nice, man.
Yep. Giving
That's
them their
sweet.
meals.
They got a
Yeah.
good one looking out
hot
They
for
do.
them.
meals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I make a good.
You're
pot
not
of
going to try
coffee.
to exploit them for their social security money and
No, maybe
try
I'll
to
maybe we'll
scam
get a
them out of it.
viewer. Some of them have phones. and,
yeah.
like laptops. I'll
Yeah.
get them on the Facebook.
Yeah.
Get them watching the show.
Yeah, that's
Heck
it.
yeah, that's what it's all
Oh
about.
yeah.
Yeah.
If you're watching from where do you work out again?
Golden Lodge Assisted Living.
If
Shout
you're
out
watching
Golden
from
Lodge.
Golden Lodge.
Shout out to them.
Shout out to you. Thanks for
Shout out
tuning
to the
in.
residents.
All right.
All right, boys.
Well, let's talk some football,
Football
now.
time.
How
yeah,
about that?
it's football
Just a
time.
football friend.
Good
Yes,
intro.
sir.
Kind of a bumpy intro, boys, but we're cruising at 30,000 feet altitude.
Yeah,
There,
we
this
could not.
is a smoking flight, boys. Friday was fun, dude. Watching that first episode of the Aaron Rodgers Enigma documentary.
Great time.
Boy,
Yeah.
Wow.
man.
That was
Boy,
cool. We're
Rodgers.
gonna have episode 2 for you this week too. I think on Friday. Yes, I think so. possibly.
I think we could do it after we watch our after we do our Till the Final Whistle.
Our regular
episode
main
on
show?
Friday. We
Yeah.
could do it after. I'm down to do that.
Cool.
Because we'll have another hour.
Sweet.
I'm down.
So make sure
College-
you tune in for that.
There was some college football playoffs this week, guys. I don't know how
Yes,
much
there
you guys
was.
got to watch on that, but Friday
Oh,
we had
yes.
Notre Dame versus Indiana. No college football first round playoff game was within 7 points, guys.
Yeah, all of
That's
them.
kinda
All of them
sad.
pretty much blowouts.
sad.
Pretty much, yeah.
They
Notre
brought out
Dame,
a lot of
Indiana got
games.
interesting there at the end with an onside kick and a late touchdown. The kind of score kind of got kind of closer than what it really was.
But even so,
Notre
like,
Dame was up like 27-3 with
Yeah.
like 4 minutes, something like that. You
They
know,
were killing them.
they packed
They
up
were
the bus.
killing them.
that defense at Notre Dame is pretty sick. I think that makes
It's
that
not bad.
that matchup against Georgia very interesting. No Carson Beck in that game. You know, like what's
Yeah.
this backup QB going to do against that defense?
That's what scares me.
You're a little nervous. about that. I mean, there isn't a lot of
if-
film on
if-
this guy.
Exactly. And if this kid can
Yeah.
sling it a little bit, Indiana had some passing lanes.
Yeah.
They just didn't sustain drives. I think Georgia can sustain drives
Yeah, I
better
think
than Indiana.
this is going to be a rock fight. Like,
This
it's
is
just-
going to be a rock fight. It's going to be a neutral field too. I
don't
just
know.
don't see Jeremiah because we saw it in the Notre Dame Indiana game. We needed Jeremiah Love with another 9. We have that in top plays also for you.
We do. Wait on that
We
one.
need to have a 90+ yard rushing touchdown and our defense to pitch a shutout for us to just like win by 10. I get scared if we get into any kind of back and forth scoring that we have Riley Leonard at quarterback,
All right.
and that's never a good thing.
He made some okay throws. I mean, arguably they were like running the ball all over
Yeah.
him, so they're kind of giving him some.
And he also
Easier
uses his
coverages,
legs
but
too. You know, he's sort of like
He's a really
he-
mobile quarterback.
he's a
Runs
poor
hurt.
man's Tim Tebow. Let's just be honest.
If they can,
That's a good analogy.
He's
QB
kind of a poor
designed
man's
runs.
Tim Tebow without the kneeling. Shout out Colin Kaepernick.
Shout out
You know what I mean.
Notre Dame. Is
Yeah.
that your next QB? Cap,
I-
bring
It's
back
funny,
Cap.
dude. Cat played for Nevada, and Nevada, his freshman year, he came into Notre Dame, played pretty good, hung up 42, but they lost 75-40, and an
Goddamn.
absolute with Michael Floyd and Jimmy Clausen and Golden Tate, Charlie Weiss is our coach. That thing turned into a bloodbath quick. But anyway, yeah, Notre Dame wins. They're going to play Georgia next week. Tennessee, I thought they were going to show up a better fight against Ohio
I
State.
really did too.
Yeah,
I
That
thought
really
that
wasn't a good
that
game at
sucked.
all. I was like, man, dude, they're just. And I took Tennessee 7 and a hook, and that was over. I kind of just like, oh, yep, that's lost money.
All
They
the
got
SEC
stomped.
They
purists,
got stopped.
all the SEC purists, shut up.
Yep.
Kind of sucked to see Tennessee lose out of any SEC team, but it kind of shows. We
Yeah.
can stop saying that they're going to win all these hypothetical matchups all the time. Just
True
because
that.
they're in the SEC.
True
Like,
that.
HG sent me this video. This guy was talking about it. People put them on a whole nother level. Like they're just
Kinda
these
do.
god schools. They have
Yeah.
a lot of talent from top to bottom.
A lot of NFL
well-coached
talent.
schools.
A lot of players get drafted from the SEC, rightfully so.
Yeah, well-coached schools, good programs for the NFL.
Vandy.
But at the same time, you can still lose.
Yeah.
It's just we're going any given Sunday.
If they have
at
a
this
guy
point.
that you can't stop,
Yeah, any given
that Jeremiah
Sunday.
Smith kid, is that his name from Ohio State, wide
Yeah.
receiver, freshman?
He's on top
Oh,
plays.
freak, dude. This
Yeah.
kid don't know what he's doing. He's got it.
True freshman.
True
too.
freshman.
17,
He's a
one of the
beast.
17.
Stay healthy. Wrap him in bubble wrap. It doesn't matter. Get to the next level. kid.
Ohio State looked like they looked pissed off in this one.
Yeah.
I mean, that was like a team they were playing with a chip on their shoulder.
Yeah.
They had a
I-
little debacle. They had to
Yeah,
bounce back.
I mean that Michigan loss
true.
might have been the best thing for them. That seems
That's a
to have
good point,
gotten them
man.
motivated.
that lit the fire.
Yeah.
Them seeing another team plant the flag. They had to
Yeah,
win.
man.
They had to win in their stadium one last time before going into the neutral
Yeah.
ground games.
A lot of pride, a lot of passion there from that team. I mean, if you're Oregon, I mean, you got to be a little nervous, like a real pissed off Ohio State team. That is a talented football team from top to bottom, and they're playing with like nothing to lose, pretty much.
Just
mean-
put it on Ryan Day's shoulder, Oregon. You guys got this. He did have a pretty decent game coaching. I'll give it to him. Their offense, that's kind of his guy.
This is why teams should never talk shit because karma's a bitch.
That's true, man.
Very true there.
That's true, man.
Very true. H train. Yeah.
Always comes back. But gamesmanship is a part of it. We love to see some trash talk. Just not it has to be warranted. Has to be warranted trash talk. You know what I mean? You're playing a rival.
We're boys.
team.
We like drama. It's like our version of reality TV for chicks.
What is that? Real Housewives.
Yeah.
Real Housewives.
We
of
got to
Orange
have the
County.
high drama, man. If there's no drama in football, there's a sport that creates natural drama. It's football.
Yeah.
Oh,
We
for
can't
sure.
have it. We need more We need more fighting. We need, and I don't mean like Caveman just said, like not unnecessary, like warranted. Like
Like
You
somebody
playing our
blows up a
flag-
quarterback on the sideline,
yeah,
and I want the
let's
lineman
see
to
some
smack
gumption.
him. I want the lineman to come smack him for his quarterback.
I'm not talking about just jumping a guy and
Yeah.
just like curb stomping. Hey, you take my knees out. I don't like that. I take your knees out. You don't like that. Let's throw. I'm okay with it. People in
warranted.
America love physical.
Gotta be warranted.
We watch fighting for fun.
Yeah.
What are we talking about?
MMA, boxing.
We are the Roman Empire.
We are.
Reincarnated.
Yeah. Literally.
Gotta have it. At some point.
That's very true.
It's like why dudes were watching WNBA for the first time in masses, because these chicks are like showing some physicality and toughness. And it's not just Caitlin
they
Clark
were-
and Rachel Reese, rivalry.
It was
It's
like the
other-
whole
it's
league.
league.
Man.
The whole league.
There was some like
Sabrina
disdain for
Ionescu is
each
bringing
other.
the ball up like in the playoffs, and she just gets hip checked into the little scores.
Oh
table.
yeah.
I'm like, that's a hockey. You see that in hockey,
Yeah.
brother.
See,
They're not even doing that in the NBA.
That's what I like in that's what people were really liking about that is like there was like actual like disdain between the players. They all weren't like friends. Like there were a couple of them, they just straight up hated each other. They did not
21-0
care.
UTSA over CCU.
Watch, keeping an eye on the Myrtle Beach Bowl for all of those wondering.
Yeah.
Dude, the Ohio
Check it
State
out.
defense, I want to
Dude.
just bring up how sick they were. Dylan Sampson, I think he did get hurt, but I mean, he only managed, like, he got 2 carries for 6 yards in this one. Nico I, he threw for 104. Dropped back 31 times, was only able to complete 14 passes.
Dang.
Threw for 104. It was like that defense was showing out something special. And I think that's going to be the real strength of this Ohio State team if they want to make a deep run, is that defense is going to have to show up and show out. 4 sacks in this one.
Yeah.
I'd say Will Howard, he had a very good game, though. 24 of 29, 311, 2 touchdowns. Well, after that Michigan loss, a lot of people were very critical of him. I think I even said, like, man, Ohio State probably wishes they had a quarterback like Kyle McCord
Interesting.
taking shots. Good bounce back game from him. Really, answered some questions.
It's true.
And, just put some things to bed.
42-17 is
trouncing.
that's taking you out back and taking your lunch money, dude.
They just kept scoring too, just at will.
Yeah.
They moved the ball however they wanted to down
Yeah.
the field, and their defense just got to stop whenever.
Tennessee
Whenever they
really
felt
thought
like
they
it.
were going to get pressure with their front four, where what Michigan did, they pressured Will Howard a lot, and I don't think Tennessee tried to pressure him at all really in the first half. They're
Didn't feel
dropping
like
back
it.
in zone. They're playing soft, thinking that they can just turn this kid over or rush with their front seven. Wasn't getting home, and he was slicing them up.
He was.
He had a guy open. He had the answers to the test, man. There was guys open.
Well, and
he
they-
found them.
And they were gashing him so bad on the ground. Then he would they'd
Yeah.
hit him with like play action or something.
Yeah,
That
looked
was
like
just-
a pseudo Detroit Lions offense.
Right.
kinda.
It was just chunks after chunks after chunks. out
Crossing
there.
routes and out routes, dude, for days. You're like, which one's going right? Which
Yeah.
one's going left?
A lot of
And-
meshing and a lot of
Lot of
just
meshing, dude, yeah.
confusion.
They
Fusion.
they
on the
looked
defense.
lost out there. And
Definitely
then
did.
Ohio State's just got incredible athletes at all their skill positions, and they were turning routine dump off passes into huge gains.
That's where they were lacking in the Michigan game. They kind of strayed away from just putting the ball in playmakers' hands and letting them call their own
Yeah.
number.
Well, Michigan was just teeing off.
They
I mean, they
yeah.
were blitzed. They blitzed almost every down, whether it's a run blitz or a pass blitz.
Michigan, I think
They
their
put
play-
the handcuffs on
their
them.
plan was just like
Yeah. It's
we
like
got
they play them every year. Or
yeah,
something,
it's like
you know?
we got to just like get after them early and not let them get comfortable.
They were playing as if though, like, hey, we're probably gonna lose, but we're gonna go out with our hair on fire.
Yeah,
And they
exactly.
made it a rock fight.
playing with
And
nothing.
the bullet got punched in the mouth and decided to pack up his bag and go home.
Mhm. When you're
Yeah.
playing with nothing to lose,
You're a dangerous team. man.
honestly, you're harder to beat.
Super dangerous.
Harder to beat.
That's why I was scared of Indiana, man. I'm like, and now you watch that game, and I'm like, dude, I would have way rather played Alabama, Notre Dame, and South Bend in the cold. It's
I
but
think
it-
that could have been a different.
but then
game.
it's like, I think the committee knew it's like Alabama versus Notre Dame. I mean, what are we talking about? Alabama. I know they lost to Oklahoma. I don't give a crap. They're going to have 2 weeks to prepare for Riley Leonard. It's probably Alabama, Georgia again. And nobody wants to watch that.
No.
South Carolina.
Now
versus
it's
Michigan.
Alabama. Now it's Notre Dame, Georgia. And it's like, okay, it's a little bit
More of
We
an
travel.
intriguing
There's
matchup.
more eyeballs on that game now, And I do believe now Ohio State is going to go play
Oregon.
Oregon.
It's a rematch.
A rematch of the
Oh,
Big Ten
heck yeah.
championship.
Well, not the
Or,
Big Ten
or
champion.
back in week 7 or whatever that was.
I think so. Yeah.
When they played.
That was October, the October 12th weekend. There was a
Yep.
bunch of
There
really
we
good
go.
games.
Oh
that
yeah, that's
week.
right. That's right.
It was
That's
a little
right.
bit earlier in the season. That was still amazing.
It was a week 4 game. That's right.
And it was just clock management at the end. Will Howard didn't know how much time was on the clock.
That's right.
Which,
He'll be looking to redeem himself for that. Yeah.
Yeah.
He took a bad slide there.
It was
didn't cost his team time.
That's right. I remember that now. Wow.
Clock
Seems like an
around.
eternity ago, guys.
It did
Really
seem
did.
like a lot of football has been played.
A lot of football's been
Been
played.
so many games.
Yep.
It's hard to keep up with all this, man. There is so much.
We knew it was
happening
going to be a
right
lot. Now the playoff
yeah.
is just it's like, man, dude.
now. I just can't wait to watch it.
It's gonna be
That's
great.
all. The best part of it is when the game finally starts and you're watching that first kickoff, or you're going in to watch
What's
your
gonna
first
happen?
snap of the game.
Yeah.
And you're like, all right, here we go.
Yep.
Here we go. You love playoff football, and we love it here too on the Football Frenzy.
Boys, we're going to have 7 consecutive days of playoff football in less than 2 weeks.
Oh, let's go. Yeah.
We're gonna have
it's going to be so
We're going to
good.
have wild cut. First of all, week 18 in the NFL is going to be
I mean,
Lions.
Amazing.
There's going to be at least one win and you're in type game, or win and clinch.
I think there could be up to
division type game.
3 because we're going to get into it in a little bit. Tampa Bay losing to the Dallas Cowboys is insane. I don't want to move too far off of college football. We still have some bowl games I want to go over real quick. But dude, that division now is Michael Penix going to come in and just save the day for the Atlanta Falcons?
He didn't play bad.
He didn't play bad at
What I
all.
say on Friday.
He didn't mess it up.
What happens when the young guy just comes in and gets the opportunity?
And he only had
Sometimes
one
works
pick,
out.
not his fault at all. Kyle Pitts
At all.
tossed that ball to the defender. He said, "Here you go,
Here you
Jason
go.
Pinnock. Have a pick."
Yeah.
Penix hit him right in
Yeah.
the middle of the 8, and it somehow a
Couldn't have been a
perfect
better throw.
strike right to the chest ended in an interception. Make that one make sense.
Yeah, dude.
Didn't he have another? Oh no, that was just drops. The
No.
Falcons, man, that team as a 4 seed, you can't even you got to be so confident that you lose that game. As a wild card team. If you look at the NFC, 2 wild card teams are probably gonna have double-digit wins, or probably all 3 of them, because the Commanders now have 10 wins now after
The
beating
Commanders
the
do have
playoffs?
10.
So 3
Commies are 10-5. Packers
wild
10
card
and 4.
teams.
About to be 11-4.
3 wild card teams, double-digit wins. You're going to play Atlanta,
Right.
Come on, dude.
Yeah, I mean it's either going to be Detroit or Minnesota
Right.
playing the Falcons. I mean, we saw what happened when Minnesota
And
played
Philly
Atlanta.
lost.
Philly did.
So
lose.
now their dashes of the number 1 seed are probably over. They'll probably be the 2 seed now. But
Yeah.
Minnesota could still be because they won't win the division.
they might if they can keep it. I mean,
They need
if the Lions and Vikings record is the same going into Week 18, I know what the Sunday night football matchup is going to be. That's what the NFL is going to pick.
Lions.
Oh,
that's
that's
going to-
tied right now.
That's going to be for the division.
We're gonna throw a monkey wrench in that, dude.
Although the Vikings have to play the Packers next week.
We're
don't
gonna
they?
throw a monkey wrench into that whole system. Vikings ain't winning out, boys. They're losing out because
do
we
they-
want the Detroit Lions
They play
we're
the
gonna go into
Packers and the
Minnesota
Vikings?
and give the Minnesota Vikings an
Oh.
absolute shit kicking.
Then you guys gotta lose. You gotta lose tonight. So then you guys can be more sour taste in your mouth going.
Motivated.
Just
yeah.
let us win.
We're gonna, dude.
Do some
I am
push-ups,
kind of
give me-
worried. I did bet. I will say this. I did bet the Saints first half.
Yeah.
The Saints are getting 8 and a hook at halftime. So the Packers winning by 10 at halftime. I kind of don't see that. Spencer Rattler can use his legs. We've kind of shown that we'll let you get some running yards and get some splash plays.
Okay.
We're going to run the ball. It's going to be an onslaught with Josh Jacobs on your
It's gonna
defensive
suck.
defensive line and linebackers.
It's gonna suck.
Dude,
I don't know who's going to cover Tucker Kraft. So
yeah, I need the Packers to throw the ball a lot, and primarily to Tucker Kraft. for my
Someone's
fantasy
got
football
to.
matchups because
I
got
would bet Jaden Reed anytime touchdown.
I got Josh Jacobs
Jordan's
chasing
pissed,
me.
though.
Whoever is on them, they're gonna lock up.
And Jamie, I need the Packers defensive front to shut down Kendra Miller because
I've never even heard of that player until you just said him right now.
He's a rookie. TCU.
Okay.
we
All
need.
right.
He's
Shout
he's
out
a threat.
Kendra
though.
Miller
He's a
from
threat to
TCU.
me in fantasy football. I have a lot of
Oh, okay.
matchups coming down to the wire here.
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah, our
did
game's
anybody,
real
whoever had
fun.
Jonathan Taylor?
I played
This
against Jonathan Taylor.
Oh, dude.
That
I
was
can see
fun.
why you,
That's
because he
not
probably had like a
And-
50
and-
burger.
in the league where you get bonus points for long yardage
Oh,
touchdowns.
man. He had
So
two of them.
He had two. Yeah.
Yeah,
I watched that
70 and
game.
a 65 yards.
Yeah.
56.
Yeah, 56.
Oh,
56.
56.
I know one was north of 50.
He had a
was
62
70.
yarder and a 70 yarder, I think.
Oh, man.
Oh my.
Yeah, so 218, 3
Yeah,
touchdowns.
he had 50.
little
He had a
light
50
work.
burger.
Yeah.
Jeez.
One player got him 50.
I'm
That sucks.
sorry,
And this is going into your championship week. It's
Mhm.
championship week this week.
In this
Next
league,
week.
it's the semifinals, but I'm
Yeah, next week is the final.
ended up losing that one 140 to 112. So he
That's
was like
tough,
that. He
brother.
scored like half of my team's points. It was just one player.
My
Excuse me.
God. I'm sorry, man. That is a game.
You know what? It happens. It
That
happens
happens to the
sometimes.
best of
That's
us.
fantasy football.
Happens to the best of
my
us.
gosh.
This is how you were looking at your phone this weekend. and
Yeah,
shit.
that's how I felt.
That's how I'm gonna be looking at the TV tonight.
All right, bringing it back to the college football
Yeah.
playoff, SMU, Penn State. Talk about this one a little bit. I feel real bad for Kevin Jennings because you could have told me that his offensive line didn't show up and they played with an offensive line all game, and I would have believed
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, they got fans.
Dude,
Yeah.
the amount of times he snapped the ball and faced immediate pressure
You couldn't even
was
operate.
insane to me.
Yeah, they
No
couldn't
wonder
even
he had
operate.
two
Dude,
pick
like,
sixes in the
yeah.
first half.
Honestly, the fact that he was able to throw for nearly 200 yards is just a testament to his athleticism and his ability to improvise and create off of a broken play, because there were a lot of broken plays.
Yeah.
Like,
Pretty
hey,
much
man,
every
yeah,
single
no-
one of them.
no
Yeah, right.
wonder he short
Right at the
armed
beginning of the game. it
no
was
wonder he
7
had
in
like
a row.
an overthrow or a short down pass. I mean, the guy had to be exhausted. He was
Yeah.
running for his
life.
life.
For sure, dude.
Trying to do something.
Yeah.
But the poor
But it's
guy-
great. We're gonna go watch Penn State now play Boise State.
Yeah.
And they're probably gonna run roughshod over Austin Genty too. You know, and now we're gonna watch Penn State get blasted by Georgia. Yay.
Yeah,
You
that's
know.
not
I
fun.
do. I mean, Drew
Because
Aller-
anybody with a real line of scrimmage is gonna destroy Penn State.
Exactly.
You just need a line of scrimmage. Notre Dame, I think, could beat Penn State.
Oh yeah, I think so too.
Dude, I mean, Drew Aller, he just was sitting back there
He could do, yeah,
doing nothing
Yeah.
the whole game. He threw for 127 yards.
yeah.
Like it. They
They had
didn't put the ball in
38
his hands
points.
at all. Yeah.
I think he had like 60 in the Wisconsin game. They won by 4 touchdowns or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
Like, oh boy, man, if your defense isn't score, like that's where like Penn State, like, oh, their defense doesn't have 2 pick sixes and they don't rush for 190 yards as
Right.
a team.
yeah.
And
What's
If
going to
they
happen
get in,
there?
right? You get into a battle with. See, that's like, yeah, like that's my thing with Notre Dame. Penn State's kind of in that also.
I think
Arizona State.
I think
You're gonna play a
Boise.
team that has like,
Arizona State has a freshman quarterback.
yeah.
That's what
I know.
excites.
I know. I know we're big Cam Scattaboo fans over here, but I mean, I just don't know. Like, you start playing some of these big dogs, the line of scrimmage is just an entirely different level from the haves and the have-nots. You know.
I mean, I do like Boise's offensive line. I think, yeah, if they're able to control that a little, the line of scrimmage a
Yeah.
bit more and get Genty going, then Penn State's going to be in some problems because their
That's
defense
true.
is going to get tired. They're not going to.
They got to, yeah, put them in chase mode. Make them chase
Yeah,
Austin Genty. Not
because I
attack
mean,
'em.
this whole game just so early, it was just like Penn State was up. They didn't have to throw the ball; they could run it a lot. Their defense was just teeing off on Jennings back there.
They got to force them to go and chase him vertically instead of just letting him go straight up downhill right on him.
Yeah.
I mean, if you just snap the ball and he has to run in a straight line and he's already pressured your quarterback, like,
Yeah.
the play's dead already. You got him. He's gonna have to. It's either throwing it away unless he makes an emphatic play. just rolls out, dot on the sideline. It's not something that's going to be common. Like, you guy can't do that every single play.
Yeah.
Texas pretty much did whatever they wanted against Clemson.
I will say that was
38-24.
one of the more competitive games. Though.
It was. It was
felt
kinda,
like it didn't really like feel like
was a
Clemson was
little
out
better.
of it for a lot of that game.
right.
Like I know they were down 28-10 at halftime, and then they made it like 28-17, and you're like, okay, like maybe they got something here.
And they had the ball going in. They got stopped on downs.
Yeah. Really, I mean, you look at
They
this,
got stopped. They got stopped down 10 with like 5 minutes left. They punched that in. Now they're only down 3, and they have all 3 of their timeouts and a 2-minute warning. Why the college doesn't call it a 2-minute warning, I have no idea.
Yeah.
But
Clemson too just kind of got ran all over.
they really
and
did.
you look at it, it's really one bad quarter where they get the second quarter they got outscored 21-3.
And it
if
looks
they
like
could have
it's 2 rushing touchdowns back to back that they scored.
You think like, oh, if they were able to hemorrhage some of that bleeding there in the second quarter and not let Texas get up as much, like how much different of a game this would have been,
And they just ran the clock out so much. Texas did. They were able to kind of control it.
All right. I mean, Texas, they ran for 292 yards as a team.
Oh my God.
Yeah. That's
Just
kind of crazy.
Didn't want to have to put the ball in Quinn Ewers' hands. I think this is where Texas is primed for an upset. Is Ewers just has not looked that good coming back from injury.
Yeah.
You can find a way to pressure him.
Yeah.
And, make him have
He's got to get the ball out of his hands.
Right. He wants to hold it and set up big plays. Like he does not want to take that short stuff. Like you get after him, man. Like he just gets flustered easily.
Yeah.
3 seconds, work down the field, let a drive and some momentum build up, and that's how you get a big play. It's way easier than just holding the ball forever in the pocket. Because a lot of people have that issue. It's really not just him.
I think another thing that killed Clemson here was that they were just really bad on third down. They were 3 of 12 in this game. And that just a lot of drives that had promise or, when they could have, and it wasn't like they were getting into like a lot of third and longs. It was, they were trying to run it on like third and short, and the Texas D line just dominated them.
We do have that goal line stuff in top plays.
We do.
Because that was pretty clutch. I mean,
that did.
Clemson was playing pretty good defense in that fourth quarter against Ewers in that run game. They forced a couple 3 and outs on them with like no time really coming off the clock.
Mm-hmm. Just no run game for them. It kind of all fell on Klubnik, and Klubnik had a good
didn't
game.
Play too bad.
336, 3 touchdowns. He did throw.
When you have no running game, you gotta chuck it. You're down 2 touchdowns. Yeah, you gotta throw that ball.
43 passes.
I will say, if right now though, I mean, like if you can't stop the Texas run game with Jaden Blue and Quintravian Wisner, I mean, Texas may win the national championship just based off of that because
just running it.
That is a deadly combination, those two, and the way they can just pound you on the ground. Exactly the type of football Texas wants to play. They just want to run it down your throat and then go out there and let that defense tee off on you. When they're able to just fly around and make plays like that, that's pretty scary good defense too. But I feel like Clemson, and they just weren't as operationally sound as some Tigers teams in the past. Really, a couple of different key plays go differently, and all of a sudden this is a way different ball game. We're not talking about a 14-point loss here.
Right.
It could have been a potential upset.
Upset, or maybe 3-2-1. Who kicks the game-winning field goal?
Exactly, that type of deal. So this one.
So now Texas is going to go play Arizona State in the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl. Texas is 2-point touchdown favorites. January 1st, New Year's Day. These games all on New Year's Day. And they staggered them 11, 3, 5:30, and 6:45. Absolutely perfect.
Love it.
All on
you
ESPN. The worldwide leader. Boys, like January 1st, nursing those hangovers. Wings and pizza.
And some freaking football.
What
day is
we got to do something, man.
January
like
1st.
It's a Wednesday.
It's a Wednesday.
So it's a week after Christmas.
So if it's a Wednesday, I mean, our typical Wednesday show starts at what time?
8 a.m.
Maybe we could like finagle some. I mean, I don't know about an all day where we just like have our camera on us. Just like sort of like shut out Barstool. What they do, just have like it on us, and we're just like talking about. We get a couple games on the TVs.
I'd be down to do that.
You
Let me
know,
know,
we
boys,
could do
if I can
like
get
a-
that day off because I usually work Wednesdays.
I'd
so
be down just to like come over to my house and set up a spot and let's just fucking
let's do it.
Just
watch-
hang out,
just
watch
hang out,
football all
watch-
day.
come
I'll
and
get
go
that
as,
day
as
off
we
this week.
please, and just like I only have one TV, so maybe we can like move because I have a big screen. So like we'll have to figure something out if we want to put another game on because games are still gonna be going on.
There's a number of other bowl games that day too.
Yeah, that day also. So we can always change, move around. We'll figure it out. We're gonna be here for you until the final whistle on Military Broadcast
exactly.
Radio. Some of these,
I'll
Texas,
get that day off.
Texas, Arizona State, Ohio State, Oregon, Penn State versus Boise State, and Notre Dame versus Georgia. Probably, and they did put that one on there, just like the name recognition, the brand recognition. You know, that's going to be the game of the night, kind of, probably in my eyes. I do think Texas, Arizona State could be a shootout.
Definitely.
Ohio State,
Possibly.
Oregon's going to be an intriguing game just because that's a matchup from early on in the season. Penn State, Boise State, obviously Boise State being the wild card. Penn State, we're going to see what Boise State looks like versus, a number 6 team in the country.
Right.
Team that's already won a playoff game.
Time to.
And, now you're going to strap up your big boy boots and you're playing a team from the Big
This
Ten.
isn't the Mountain West.
It's not right.
I'll say what gives me a little confidence about Boise is how they were able to hang in there with the Oregon, and that was
That's a
in
good point.
Eugene. So
Yeah, that's fair.
they played them tough there.
That game was insane.
That was a good game. Yeah. So,
So
all right.
all right, let's get some
Yeah,
predictions for each of these, and then we'll head to break. And when we come back, we'll have a NFL breakdown. But
NFL
let's
from the
start
week.
with the Peach Bowl, Texas, Arizona State. Who do we got here?
I'm going to take Texas,
Yeah.
but
Going
within
Texas.
14 points. It's a 14 point. You can't I know the first round was obviously nothing but blowouts.
Yeah,
I think Arizona State can cover the 14 points, but I think Texas wins.
I think Texas is going to win this too.
It
Great
might be
season
like a
that Arizona
one-score game,
State
this
has,
one.
but
8,
I'm just
them driving down, maybe need like a touchdown 2-point conversion to tie it, maybe send it to overtime.
what makes me
fuck up
nervous,
and
man. Is
throw
like,
a
I'm not
pick.
sure like
Yeah.
if Arizona State's seen a defensive front like Texas
I'm kind of
has.
with you. That's
True.
where I
And like
hold my breath.
man, like I love Scattaboo, but if Texas can shut him down, I mean your quarterback's like he's a freshman.
This
Sophomore.
Dillingham coach from Arizona State's going to throw the woodshed at him.
That's
If there's a
true.
Dan Campbell
They're gonna
coach
try what
in
at him.
college, it's this
It's
Arizona
that
State
guy.
guy.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
true. That is fair.
So they have nothing. Talk about a dangerous team with nothing to lose. Buddy, this is
That's true.
as big as it gets.
If you're taking the upset,
I am
on
all
that
I
one,
am all for
Let
that.
us
Here.
know.
I would love to see Arizona State win it, but I think
It would be
realistically,
fuck
you gotta
Texas.
think
Yeah.
you gotta think it's
that would be
Texas.
awesome.
Fuck Texas.
Sorry,
Horn-
Stokely.
Horns down.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll be rooting for Arizona State.
They're going to
Unfortunately,
win. They're going to win.
They're
They're
gonna
going to
win.
win.
yeah, unfortunately, I do think Texas is going to win.
Texas is gonna
Probably big too. I hate to say it, but I just don't know if Arizona State's going to is going to be ready to
Texas.
go.
Yeah.
Go up against a team like this.
Rose Bowl.
Rose Bowl, Ohio State, Oregon. Man, this is a great game. I do really like Ohio State here, but I think I'm going with the Ducks.
Going quack,
Again.
quack.
Yeah,
Okay.
Going. Ohio
this-
State gets him back.
they're undefeated for a reason. And like this defense of Ohio State is really good, but Dylan Gabriel last time they met did carve him up. And Oregon's been able to be, explosive against some of the better defenses in the Big Ten that they've played this year. And that's their whole thing. And they got a really big, beefy offensive line, which I think helps too. It's gonna be another like thrilling, really close game. Gonna probably come down to I see this one going into overtime. My prediction
Ooh,
going
I
into
like
OT.
it.
I think the
I'm gonna
Ducks
check out what we can get on that action line. For
The
that game to
Ducks
go to
win it.
overtime.
in overtime 5. Give me 5 overtimes in this one because I think it's
Oh,
Ohio
yeah.
State
Oh,
is
wow.
playing
I
crazy.
like it.
But Oregon, you're a team that's gone undefeated, right? There's a lot of pride and a lot of, self-importance in that where you're going to be playing without that ego of, hey, like we can't let the undefeated season end this way. I really see this game being just a total slugfest, though, back and forth. It's really more of a coin flip game. I'm just going with the Ducks because, until you can prove you can beat them, they're still the unbeatens.
It's true,
but
they haven't lost yet.
You can get
at
10-1 on the game to go to overtime.
I think at least one overtime, but I see multiple.
If you throw $2 on it, you can win $20. But if you throw a $5 on it, you can win $52.50.
Oh,
throw a little $5 on it, win $50.
There you go. There's HG's best bet of the week.
I like it. Shout out HG.
Going to OT.
I like it.
You got to lock that one in.
Lock it. I mean, yeah, you
double lock.
You're throwing away rocking around change to potentially win $50.
Like, a little $5 scratcher, win $50 on the game to go carnage and chaos.
There you go.
I like it.
What do you got to lose?
All right. I do like Oregon. Ohio State's playing tough. They're going to come in with some momentum. Oregon sitting and resting and
they
watching.
Have been sitting for a while.
There's something to be said about that. A rematch in this game as well. Rose Bowl, so pretty much neutral territory. Going to be played out in California. Give me Ohio State to upset.
Okay.
I'm picking Ohio State.
Give me Ohio State to upset. I mean, the spread is. I mean, Ohio State's favored in this game by a touchdown, or excuse me, by a field goal.
Oh, they're the favorite.
They're the favorite. They're 2.5 point favorites.
Huh.
But even though Oregon's ranked 1, Ohio State's ranked 8th. They're showing. Vegas has shown. Oh yeah, there's something to be said for a team sitting and a team playing.
There definitely is.
You know what I mean? Because if the college football committee set this, thank God they don't, because they have their own issues.
That's
ranking
screwed up in there.
Ranking things and numbers with the committee they don't. Math doesn't math. Vegas isn't dumb. They don't build new swimming pools every year in Vegas for nothing. Give me Ohio State. I know Oregon's number 1 team. They're the number 1 ranked team in the country right now. I think Ohio State's going to take that from them. I really like Ohio State here. I think they're playing beyond Ryan Day and how bad he can mess up a game. We've seen that. So it's like,
I guess another thing to keep in mind, Dan Lanning has struggled against.
Yep.
I don't know if it's top 5 or top 10 opponents. It might be just top 5 opponents where he's like
struggled
1 and 4.
I mean, James Franklin. I mean, wait,
2 and 4.
He has no wins versus like anybody good.
Although, like one of Dan Lanning's most recent wins against a top 5 opponent was Ohio State this year.
That's true.
So, because this is definitely the best game.
I think so.
Of the next round of the quarterfinals.
Playoffs.
It could be, yeah. Because I mean, yeah. Until we get to the championship, because like you're going to talk about Ohio State or Oregon isn't going to be in it. Like, I think if you're talking about teams that can be explosive and put up points, those are your best 2 right there.
Those are your top 2.
The O schools can really put up points in a hurry.
So next we have the Verbo Fiesta Bowl.
Penn State,
Boise State.
I really want to
10.5
pick
point
Boise.
I do too, man.
I really do.
And I am.
You're going to?
Oh,
if there's an upset that you can pick,
this is probably one.
This is it.
That's true.
I can go with that.
You know what I mean? Like,
Jimmy,
this is a wild card game if you have ever seen it, bro.
I've seen the light. I'm picking Boise here.
Let's just do it.
Let's do it.
The Whistle Boys got. I mean, if there's
we'll ride with one, we'll ride with another one together.
If there's a team ripe for upsetting, you're going to tell me a James Franklin coach team isn't just primed to get upset.
The way Boise likes to play, it's a slow, methodical. Like we're giving it to our boy Genty.
Yeah,
we'll let him just pound you in the mouth.
They're going to play all 3 teams.
Yeah,
offense, defense, special teams.
Look,
it's a 4-quarter game, dude, and Boise State plays it
possibly
better than anybody else.
What if Drew Aller actually has to play like quarterback?
Oh yeah,
for the honest to God portion of this game, like what is going to happen?
Yeah, in a 1-game one-off like this, I'm not asking Boise State to win 3.
Yeah,
but this game,
if there was a team,
if Boise State's playing Ohio State, I'm still picking Ohio State. Any other team, Boise State versus Texas, Boise State versus Georgia, Boise State versus Notre Dame, I'd probably take Boise State over Notre Dame. Penn State, give me Boise State, dude. Give me Boise State, dude.
Let's ride with it.
I really
Let's
like
do it.
All right.
You know what I mean? They're not in a big conference, so they It's not like Oregon when they're resting, like they're the number 1 team in the country. We want to go. Boise State, I want to watch film. I have a game of film on you now. We're scouting. We're way up here in Idaho, freezing cold, buddy. We're going to come out and throw haymakers at you. Fiesta Bowl played, on their side of the country too, in Arizona. I mean, we're going to get that team on turf.
Let's do it.
Give me Boise State, dude.
I like it.
Give me Boise State. At least to cover the 10.5. What are we talking about? That's way too many points.
That.
I could see it 6.5. 3,
I don't
2,
think
1.
Boise, even if they lose, I don't think they get blown out.
I don't think they get blown out either.
I think they at the very least hang tough.
Yeah.
There's no chance.
Yeah. Whistle Boys riding Boise State.
Let's go.
In the comments, if you're riding Boise State, let
us know.
Share it with your friends.
All right, our final game, the All-State Sugar Bowl, Notre Dame, Georgia. Here's one where I'm also I'm kind of intrigued about taking Notre Dame.
On the fence about it.
Just because Georgia's banged up at quarterback. But then also
they could just got another 5-star kid from Westlake sitting there.
Carson Beck also is not the driving force or why this team is winning football games. They win games because their defensive line is just sick. They can dominate just about any front offensive line they come up against. That secondary is really good. They got crazy quick linebackers, and they can just get behind their offensive line and run the ball on with their 2 great backs that they got there, ETN and what's the other guy's name? Hewitt.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Fighting Irish, no doubt.
Oh, Sabrina's going with the Irish.
Shout out Sabrina.
Sabrina's going Irish. Oh, I appreciated Sabrina.
Love that. I love it. I do think. No Carson Beck. It's intriguing. You're down to your backup QB.
I appreciate you guys. I love you guys for.
I'm still going QB. Georgia.
No. Guys, they replace talent on a level that I don't like. Obviously, the top teams. Notre Dame does not have the wide receivers that are going to threaten any DB from Georgia, so they can play single high. They can load the box with 9. Riley Leonard is not a quarterback that's going to throw the ball vertically on time and in rhythm to beat this Georgia defense.
Name one.
They're going to tee off on us. I think this is one of those games that could get out of hand early.
Moment of silence.
It could, yeah. Because
it does quarterback. He's going to turn around, and hand the ball off.
You're just not.
They got elite athletes everywhere. I think it can be a rock fight in the first half with our defense, but when they start leaning on us, man.
Notre Dame, their offense thrives on the explosive run play. Yeah. You think you're going to just sit back there and gash Georgia for multiple long runs?
Absolutely not.
You might get a few. You'll get a few, but Georgia, you're gonna
not a 98-yarder touchdown.
Definitely not.
Not gonna
the yards you get against Georgia are going to be hard fought and earned. You're going to have to be able to live with picking up 3-4 yards at a time.
It's going to be great.
Yeah,
you're going to have a lot more.
Georgia winning by a touchdown.
You're going to have a lot of negative plays and stuff there too.
Yeah.
I
would love for Notre Dame to win.
I would love to say the
my
Irish
granny
upset them, but I just can't.
It's gonna be
Georgia, man.
It's an uphill battle, dude. We got a bunch of. You seen the game, dude? We have a bunch of white kids. Just it just doesn't look right. It's fine. We just play so slow, dude. Georgia's gonna speed up this game, on a level that we have not seen yet.
Who would you even say Notre Dame's number 1 wide receiver is? I think Malachi Stark.
Yeah, probably him. I think really our tight end, number 88 Evans.
Yeah,
he's really our number 1 wide receiver at tight end. Just because Riley Leonard, that's he's not a vertical. They're gonna make it a vertical game. This is in their backyard. It's gonna be, it's gonna be one of those things where, unfortunately, where I think our defense can hang in there with our athletes on offense. Boys,
I think
I just don't think we have the weapons.
The difference in this could be a defensive score, and I think Georgia's going to be the team.
I kind of hear you on that.
They're going to force Leonard to drop back to pass. He's going to just get crushed from the blind side.
Pick 6. I could see a pick 6. I could see a fumble.
I think a scoop and score.
Scoop and score. I could see something.
That's what
I wish I could take Notre Dame, Jimmy. I wish I could.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, man.
Don't. This is
going
where
Georgia.
smart money. This is where I separate my fandom from smart money, because I know like we play Texas A&M. That's a different level. Georgia, different level athletes in Texas A&M. We were able to compete with that SEC team, and as we've seen, SEC not so tough.
Yeah.
Okay, so I mean, but Georgia, dude, those athletes, dude, they get injured, they have another 4 or 5 star waiting that could start on any team, including Notre Dame, anywhere on the field, especially
Exactly.
a wide receiver. Smart money, Georgia. I appreciate it, Caveman. Thank you.
I wish I could pick them.
Don't
I really wish I could, because I got to pick my Saints tonight.
don't do
We're
that
going
either.
into a similar matchup. I got
Just
to.
reverse your psychology.
Nope.
Gabe.
Nope.
All right. Well,
All that old lady pheromones have been wearing
We
on
got-
that game, man. He's
Well-
thinking like the 1940s Notre Dame teams in a walk. Rudy ain't on the field, bud. I'm just
Come on, Notre Dame.
I'm just
You got this.
don't do it, Caveman.
Oh no.
throw
Oh, no.
throw the rent money on Georgia, brother. Never been a bad bet.
That's true. That's true.
They've never been, I mean, like they're at least when I was.
I mean, this is a crazy small line too. -1.5.
Yeah. So they think it's going to be a close game. I do not think it's going to be a close.
You need Georgia to win by 2 or more.
Right.
I think that's pretty easy.
Yeah.
I made it a touchdown. When I was like, okay, Notre Dame would be a touchdown underdog. Then I saw the line when it came out, and I was like, oh my gosh, I've already bet it. I got Georgia at 5-1.
As we should have. We should have
Yeah,
took
I'll
the
take the
Bucks over the Cowboys.
Cowboys been playing good
kidding.
football.
Oh, who commented? Kyle?
That's
That
Sabrina.
was Sabrina.
Sabrina.
We should have.
Yeah.
Okay. The Cowboys are playing good, especially when they're on prime time. They just
Tough.
like to win when they're the only game being played,
She has been
That's
telling
true.
us we're sleeping on the Cowboys.
even though you've already been eliminated from
Yeah.
playoff contention.
I mean, we'll break down that game and much more NFL action after a short music break. You're listening to Till the Final Whistle. Don't go anywhere, folks. We will be right back.
Military Broadcast Radio, the station that's giving veterans a voice.
Find us on the web at mbradio.us.
We are back. We are live till the final whistle.
Hello,
on
hello.
Military Broadcast Radio, boys. Welcome back. Monday Football Frenzy. We just got done breaking down all of the college football playoff games, our future picks, all of the action in those. We got some top plays from over the weekend coming up.
And we'll be doing Pick'em today as well because
Yes,
we will be off for Christmas Day on Wednesday.
Yep. Shout out Christmas. We'll
Shout
see you
out
on Friday.
Christ for being born, man.
Yeah, dude.
Shout out to
Clutch,
that
brother.
guy.
Honestly,
Shout
clutch,
out.
Thank,
yeah.
thank you, Mary, for
Little baby Jesus in the
yeah.
manger.
in the manger, dude.
Ricky Bobby, shout out to him too.
Shout out Domino's, our sponsor. Anyway, boys, we got a Monday night game. There was carnage and absolute chaos. Teams getting upset. Philly losing to Commanders. Somehow the Buccaneers lost to the Cowboys. I mean, the Chicago Bears.
NFC South is just horrible. Can we
NFC
talk
South
about
is
that
wide
for a
open.
second? It's wide open because it's so freaking bad. At this point,
It's true.
At this
I
point, man,
think only the Panthers are mathematically eliminated.
let's just revert a few of the losses on the Panthers.
Yeah.
Throw them in at the 1 seed. Screw it. Whatever. At this point,
Yeah, they're 4-11.
that might be a more entertaining
something
game.
they
dude.
can
Yeah,
do.
throw the
You're bringing
Panthers.
bringing the Cardinals to overtime and eliminating them from playoff contention.
They are eliminated.
Like
They
the
took
Panthers
them
kind of
on
are
mercy.
more of a heater than
So it
any
is
other
the Rams
team.
and Seahawks.
Yeah, because the Niners are out as
Interesting.
well.
Wow. Panthers on more of a heater than any other team in the NFC South.
I don't think anybody wants to play them.
No,
They're a little scary. And now Atlanta and
that's not
Tampa
the team
both
you
have
want
to play
lose
them
to.
one more
Not the
time.
team.
Oh boy.
Talk about a laughing stock organization that's been turning it around.
Yeah.
Come on, Panthers.
I will say, at least for Atlanta and Tampa, both of those games against Carolina are home games, but still be a little
Yeah,
nervous.
that's not. Yeah, that's
Be a little
still
nervous.
tough.
Not what
Yeah.
you want to see.
It's not. Yeah,
Not what you want.
especially with Bryce Young playing some pretty decent football.
Chuba
They
Hubbard's running the ball nice. I mean, they're-
Panthers haven't been a problem since Cam Newton. Literally like 6 years. 6 years.
It's been a
like
while
5,
since
6
they've been
years
good.
almost.
Yeah,
We haven't had to worry. It's been a 3-team battle for 6 years. Well, I mean,
it's true.
2-team battle because the Saints without Drew Brees, you just
Yeah,
there's
take
take us off.
Yeah,
Take us off the face of the earth. The playoffs.
5-9 Saints eliminated from the playoffs.
well,
At this point, are we really? If the Buccaneers and Falcons lose
I mean,
out,
you guys have to
the
win
Saints
out.
just have
No,
to
they're
win 2
They're
football games.
eliminated. They have
Oh, we're
the
out.
E.
Thank
They have
God.
the E
Thank
next to
God.
their name.
Oh,
Thank God.
I mean, if
don't
you have
even wanna
9
think about that.
losses, there's just no way for you to.
Well, I was just saying because if Tampa and Atlanta both drop their last 2 and the Saints won out, that would mean 3 teams would be 8-9 in that division, and then it's like who?
I think they
It
own the
comes down-
tiebreakers like Falcons.
The
They're
Saints-
I know the
one in the
Falcons beat
division
them
because-
twice.
The Falcons own tiebreakers over the Bucks and the Saints.
Yeah.
we split with them, so it depends on
Yeah.
who they played. Because we lost.
I just see the elimination signal.
Well,
on there
yeah,
and
I
on
don't even want to
ESPN.
think about it. Too many.
That's-
I already
That's a
gotta
can
think
of
about
worms
us
we don't
playing.
need to open.
Yeah, we can just.
Yeah.
We're not even.
Well,
gonna
yeah,
think
you're
about
2.
that,
So you're
man.
2-3 in your division, and Atlanta's 4-1.
Damn.
All right.
4-1.
it's over.
That is horrible division.
Atlanta's been
7-3 in the
horrible
conference.
division.
Atlanta Falcons. Michael Penix, seemingly
Shout out to
saving
him, man.
saving their
Shout
season.
out to him.
They go down 7-0 like right away, and then no big deal. Atlanta Falcons score 30 unanswered points.
34 unanswered.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
You know, I turned it off. I was like, oh, yep, well, they won.
The
out
defense,
to their defense.
their best game all season. It was against the Giants. Let's keep that in mind. But 2 pick sixes. I mean, they really just made his job pretty easy to pitch the shutout after that first
Giants are
touchdown.
getting the first pick.
Oh yeah.
Oh, definitely. All right, but I'm gonna give you a little rundown of all of the action that happened in the NFL this weekend. So Thursday night, my Broncos choked away a lead in the second half and let the Chargers come back and win 34-27. And what was a really good game. The Texans succumbed to the dark magic of the Chiefs. Actually, I'll give Kansas City credit. This is one of their better looking games.
This was
that
a
they
good
played.
game. They,
Like this,
yeah,
this looked like they were just a better team and that
They
they
were.
played a better football game.
they did.
After
This didn't
Tank
look like-
Dell got hurt.
Yeah.
It was a different football game.
That's
it was
true.
very close before
They-
CJ Stroud had to watch his boy.
I mean, it was
get
17-10
shattered.
at halftime.
They used the black magic to mind control the Texans' 6-string wide receiver to dive directly into Tank Dell's knee.
Kansas City just had the ball 35 minutes compared to the Houston Texans at 24 minutes.
Our other Saturday
dude.
holiday
What
special,
the heck?
the Ravens enacted some revenge on the Steelers. First time they've beaten the Steelers in 3 years,
Can't
something
stand
like
them.
that.
I know.
Can't stand the Chiefs.
34-17.
Yeah.
Ravens get the win.
Rough shot and made Russell Wilson
Look like Russell Wilson with
Russell.
the Broncos.
Yeah. He threw the ball right to that guy. Did you see that interception?
The pick six
Yeah.
from Marlon Humphrey.
He threw. He's like, here you go, brother. Won't get an easier one.
No, dude. We were much talking about the Falcons. Yeah, they destroy the Giants and reclaim first place in the South with a 34-7 win. The Bears continue to be a joke against the Lions. Lions get a much needed win, get back on track. 34-17. Bears are just like a get right game for the rest of the North, basically.
Yeah, if you need a quick win, play the Bears.
Bengals pretty much handle the lowly Browns with DTR back there, 24-6. The Colts at one point led this game 38-7. Texans certainly made it real interesting. Final score at 38-30. Indy keeping their playoff hopes alive. Redemption game for Jonathan Taylor, 29 carries, 218, and 3 touchdowns.
He held on to it this time.
The Rams came into a chilly New York City and sloppy, ugly game that just flew by too, honestly. It wasn't even like it was necessarily a ton of turnovers, but both offenses weren't playing very well. Rams do come out on top with a 19-9 victory. And I mean, really in firm control of the NFC West. They control their destiny here. 2 division games to close it out, sitting at 9-6, leading that division. The Eagles got up, scored 21 points in the first half, had 5 takeaways, and lost 36-33.
Yeah, they won 5-1 turnover battle. They won 5-1.
Jalen Hurts goes down with a concussion. Unclear how bad that is, if he'll miss any more extended time. Another great game for Saquon on the ground, though, 150 and 2 touchdowns. Jaden Daniels, I think did very much cement his rookie of the year case, though. That was a fantastic game by him.
I have to bring up something to
the game-winning drive
to the jury. I have a question.
What's up?
Eagles and Giants play end of the year.
Mm-hmm.
You think the Eagles sit all their players to rest them, and that gives the Giants a win and screws them out of the number 1 overall pick?
I think it depends on if the Eagles
fall from the first pick. If this were to happen, the Giants were to fall from the first pick, they would then be picking 7th overall.
Wow, that'd be insane. I do think
they don't get their quarterback of the future
Oh.
because the Philadelphia Eagles are sitting their players.
They went out and won a football game. Yeah, that would be crazy. Honestly, I think the Giants are just so bad that they'd find a way to lose to the Eagles backups, though.
They probably
I'm not even.
That's my next question. Can the Eagles backups win a game against the Giants starters?
I think they could. Yeah.
Like even without Saquon, without AJ Brown, Devonta Smith, you have to play. You're not that guy. So he's essentially just a Jameson Williams type.
I think it also depends. Like, hey, the Eagles might be in the situation where it's like, hey, we got to win.
Mailata, some of their defense.
Hope for a loss by Detroit, but yeah, we got this.
No Quinyon Mitchell, no Cooper DeJean.
Yeah,
but sit out Jalen Carter.
Think about this: the Eagles could be last week of the season. They're going in 13-3. Both the Vikings and the Lions are 14-2, and they need.
You think they're going to need it?
I think they're going to need to play. Yeah. Just to stay
in the last week of the season
there.
To give
because it is the last week of the season.
They're going to have to win to give themselves a shot. Is what I feel like it's going to come down to.
A shot at what?
The number 1 seed. They'll need help from another team, but yeah, they'll probably need like a win.
They'll need the Packers to beat the Vikings, and they'll need the Lions to beat, or
to lose.
Shoot,
they need the Lions, Vikings to lose pretty much.
Because if the Lions, they need them to lose back to back. They need the Vikings to win against the Lions, but the Lions to lose obviously to the Vikings, but the Vikings lose to the Packers the week before.
Yeah.
I just don't know.
They need to watch
We'll
that.
see.
I think they have the 2 seed or 3 seed. Dude, if that's a 3 seed, bro. No, they have
Eagles-
to be the 2
The
seed.
Eagles would be
because-
the 2 seed for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
If
Uh,
Jalen Hurts didn't get hurt though, like the Eagles are.
Oh,
gonna
they'd have walked away.
absolutely
Yeah, I
kick-
think. Well, they would have
kick
won
the
this
Commanders'
game.
ass.
Yeah, for sure.
They were up 14-7, and
Really
Jaden
doing whatever
Daniels
they
was
wanted.
turning the ball over a lot. The
Yeah.
defense was locking down. Like they would have just kept moving the ball down the field if Jalen Hurts isn't on the field.
The Eagles scored 21 in the first quarter. The Commanders scored 22 in the fourth.
Right.
It's a different game
And
with
lo-
Jalen Hurts in there.
Philadelphia had the
This
ball
is why you-
36 minutes.
This is
to
why you play
Washington's
4 quarters.
23 minutes, dude. That's crazy.
And I mean, the
they lose at
Eagles,
the buzzer.
Kenny Pickett stinks.
the
Dude.
Eagles should have won this game. Devontae Smith dropped the most wide open pass you'll ever see on third
That's a
down.
lot of carries for Saquon Barkley.
Force
30 carries.
forced them to punt.
That's how they
Gave the
lost.
Commanders the ball back. Jaden Daniels drove
Yeah.
them down the field. And
Throws that dart to win the game, dude.
Another
Yeah.
That was a freaking
Another
laser
buzzer
beam.
beater.
did you hear the breakdown of that? Jamison Crowder, which I didn't even know this dude was still in the league. I thought he retired 3 years ago, but here he is catching game-winning
Oh, touchdowns.
touchdowns late in the season.
Yeah.
But he said, yeah, we ran that. I called that touchdown on that play in practice on Friday. And it's because we saw the first read. He's like, it's Zach Ertz. That's our first read on this one. But we saw the coverage that we got on Friday. We saw the exact same coverage. And we're like, oh, well, I'm going to be open. And
Yeah.
him and Jaden Daniels locked eyes at the line of scrimmage. And it's like, yeah, they knew this ball's going to me, which I love to hear that. If you're Washington, you're a young quarterback, first of all, 5 turnover game. He did not play very well for a lot of this game, but he played really well when it mattered the most in the fourth quarter. You got to love seeing that, man. All these things that went wrong, didn't get down on himself, didn't give up, didn't throw in the towel, kept fighting, kept battling back, and had the confidence to go down there, lead a game-winning drive, throw a strike for a touchdown.
Yep.
He was using his legs for this athleticism. He's going to be real special. I mean,
It's gonna be
one
fun
of
to
those
watch,
things you
man.
see where you're like, that's not something you can teach. Just
Right.
to be able to remain calm and remain
Just drive
confident
down there.
after having a very bad game,
No timeouts.
go and win a football game
Just get a buzzer beater.
against
Go get it.
a division
Win the
opponent
Yeah.
You know?
in a huge game. That's just
Pretty
one of
much
those
clinch
things
you a playoff spot too.
one of those things you
Commanders
can't
fans,
teach.
2 buzzer beaters at home. Come
Yeah,
on,
against the
you
Bears
guys
and
have
Philly.
had some freaking amazing games.
Yeah.
Another team that's way ahead of schedule.
Totally. They're probably a year ahead of where they really should be.
'Cause
Oh,
they
exactly.
haven't really put all the pieces
I would be like-
around Jaden
I
yet.
agree.
I'm like, oh, you could have told me the Commanders won 7-8 games. I'd be like, oh, so that was a solid. I would have been
Like
like,
you go 8, 9, 9, and 8.
7-8,
Not bad.
7-8 wins. I'd be like, oh, you're ahead of schedule. Rookie quarterback and everything. So you're
You're
light
you're
years
playing
ahead.
in a playoff
Yeah.
game.
you're going to the
Playoff
playoffs
team.
pretty much.
That's playoff.
They
team.
pretty much locked up the 7th seed unless crazy shit happens.
They would need to drop their last 2, and
well, right,
like
yeah.
maybe
'cause
the
right now-
Bucks take back the first seed. Well, no,
Yeah, no.
I
So
don't know.
right now, hold on, brother. I got you.
I think they got Falcons
I got you.
Cowboys. With the way the Cowboys have been playing, and the Falcons obviously are trying to keep their spot, so nothing's guaranteed
So-
there. But
With the Packers still at 10-4 and Washington at 10-5, right? Buccaneers, Seattle. One of those 2 teams are going to win the division. Okay, well, Seattle can still win the division along with right now. The Rams are leading that division at 9-6, so they are currently sitting the 3 seed. Atlanta's the 4 seed. So the only way for the Commanders to not basically become a 6th or a 7th seed, I mean, somehow Buccaneers would have to win out and the Packers lose out. Something crazy has to happen. I think they're pretty much a playoff team, especially because next week they
Yeah.
go and play the Atlanta Falcons too. So,
Yeah,
and they're at home against the Falcons on Sunday Night Football.
well, we've seen with this season that
they
the
win
cream
that
of
game,
the crop
they could
has
get 11 wins.
really risen above, though. I mean, we're pretty much set in the playoffs. We're just wondering seeding And there's a few Cinderella teams that are,
Yeah.
they need a lot of things to go right though, where it's like, I mean, we know who all the division winners are of the AFC. Those have all been determined.
Pretty much. Yeah.
The last of those got wrapped up last week.
Buccaneers have the Panthers next week.
The Ravens, I think, are pretty much a shoo-in to win because they're at 10 wins. Even if they lose out, I mean, you're like the teams in the hunt have 8 losses, so one of them can't jump us. So it's like, unless the Chargers or Broncos somehow end up with 11 wins.
Yeah, and
they've got tiebreakers on both of those teams.
The next closest team to you is the Indianapolis Colts at 7-8, and you still clear them by 2 wins.
Yeah,
you could technically still lose out and make the playoffs as a 7 seed if the Colts lose one more game.
Yeah, and all the teams chasing the Broncos have to win out. And we have to lose out.
Yeah, and the Miami Dolphins have to win out, and everybody else has to win out.
Mm-hmm. Which they're all 7-8.
Right.
I know the Bengals have us and then Baltimore, I believe. No, Pittsburgh.
Yeah, Pittsburgh.
The Colts, I don't know who they.
Yeah,
I think
Chiefs,
they end the year
Steelers,
with like Jacksonville.
Ravens
so that's
clinched 10-5. Houston has clinched with their division. Buffalo clinched a division. Kansas City clinched a division in 1 seed.
Yeah.
Yep. So it's between Chargers and the Broncos. I mean, 3 teams out of the West making the playoffs is kind of crazy work. If you'd have told me that.
Yeah, I never would have thought of that at the beginning of the season at all.
I kind of would have thought the AFC North with the Steelers, the Bengals.
I thought the North was going to run both.
And the Ravens. I was like, oh, yeah, they could probably do it. West. Good job, Broncos, man. Shout out Bo Nix, dude.
Yeah,
shout out Bo Nix.
I mean, he's had some good games. Certainly, let's
talk about a team that's a year ahead of where they thought they were going to be.
Let's give most of the credit to the defense, though. The defense has been.
He's learning the speed of the NFL.
That's all that you got to play defense.
Learning the speed of the NFL.
Defense is important.
Yeah,
he had a really good stretch where people were like, "Offensive Rookie of the Year, Bo Nix."
Yeah, that was
2 games changed it. 2 games changed it, obviously, but like. He had a really good stretch there.
And look, here's the thing: people have been starting to call him a check down merchant again after one bad game. I'm like, I don't know. Like,
I've throwing it deep.
I've seen him have the ability to throw it down the field.
He's throwing 40-yard passes. He's got like 3 a game.
I mean, like I've seen him be able to sling it. He does a lot better, like throwing outside of the numbers. And like, I think, like we're just discrediting what's been a very good Chargers defense this year. And Jesse Minter cooked in that second half. And that was like a totally different defense that we played in the second half. Despite all that, he did still throw for 263 and 2 touchdowns. Right. And we're flashing back to Thursday because I do want to talk about that.
His average yards per pass is 6.4 yards per pass. League average is 4.8.
Yeah, so
his longest completion this year is 93 yards. He has 22 touchdowns and 11 picks. He has a quarterback rating of 87.
Well, is that just passing touchdowns? Because he's got a number of rushing touchdowns. He's caught a touchdown. Just passing.
He has 352 yards rushing, 4 touchdowns, and 1 fumble lost.
Yeah. I mean, I just think Jesse Minter.
So
he came up with
4
an
touchdowns to 22. So he has 26 touchdowns.
Minter came up with an absolutely like back crazy and scheme in that second half. And it took all the wind out of the Broncos' offensive sails. I mean, the run game disappeared. All of a sudden, all these like passing lanes were clogged up, and the reads were getting all jacked up. It was just a totally different. It was a tale of 2 halves.
Might be a quarterback controversy in Denver. Cortland Sutton, in 15 games played, he has 2 completions for 2 attempts, 100% completion percentage, 30 yards and 1 touchdown, and a quarterback rating of 158.3. How do you have that not throwing the ball more? That's like Deshaun Jackson level wide receiver quarterback play.
Mohamed Sanu type.
Mohamed Sanu is another one. He could throw the freaking. I was surprised nobody ever really gave him like some real quarter.
Well, I mean,
fling the freaking rock.
If we end up in another situation where all 4 of our quarterbacks get
Cortland Sutton, emergency QB, dude.
Get in there, Cortland.
Kendall Hinton. Mixon situation. I don't think anyone gets injured.
3,200 passing yards for Bo Nix, dude, on a 64% completion percent. What more do you want if you're a Broncos fan in year one?
Yeah.
Can't beat it, dude. Bears have been looking for that for 40 fucking years since the 85. Sorry, don't sue me, Stokely. My bad. It's the Bears and Broncos.
Exactly.
That's pretty good, man.
Everyone got very reactionary about, obviously what was a bad second half.
Always
it gets magnified because you blew a lead and you played really well
He threw 3 picks. Good. Put it on film. Let him learn something. Yeah. Chuck the rock. You have nothing to lose. I hate when it always gets so over. Because of fantasy football, it obviously deducts points, so people see that. And then they overreact. Oh, I lost my league. It's all fantasy. I hate it, dude.
Like,
I hate
it. Bo Nix at your quarterback. You suck at drafting if you have Bo Nix on your team and you didn't get him on a waiver wire as a backup.
Or like a 2 QB league or whatever crazy.
Bo Nix isn't on your fantasy team unless one of your QBs is injured.
And I gotta say, what kind of happened in this Chargers game is like you just watched an elite quarterback take over. And I mean, even the best defenses, like that can be so hard to stop. Herbert's on here, I think, twice because he had 2 impeccable throws where you're just like
the touchdown to take the lead in the third quarter. That one was a dot.
I mean, I thank God the Chargers
beautiful layer.
Thank God the Chargers' number 1 wide receiver is Ladd McConkey because, like, could you imagine if they had like a true, honest to God number 1 wide receiver?
That's a way better team.
Like Herbert played lights out in the second half. And then, we got gashed by a big run, late where like Gus Edwards got 43 of his 68 rushing yards all on one rush. And that was just at the worst possible moment. Flip of the script in this one where the Chargers, a better first half team, and the Broncos, a better second half team, kind of flipped it there.
Yep.
We're going to have a huge matchup here coming up against the Bengals.
A defense that's been pick 'em, man. I can't wait.
Yeah, a defense that's been shaky at times has played better over the past few weeks. And we're gonna go when we get to pick them. I'll go over what I think the good scheme is to try to stop this Bengals offense. I mean, I don't care. I'm riding us till the end of the year. I'm picking this in every playoff matchup. I don't care, which will probably only be one, probably just a wild card.
I like that.
I don't care, man.
Funny, bro.
I love what this team's done in year one. All these people calling us a 4-win team, saying that this was going to be the worst team in the NFL. And I mean, I thought a winning record might have been possible. I thought, 7-8, heck, even 9 wins. But
I think I said 7-10 preseason on our little thing.
Yeah, I had this, I think 9-8, which I thought I was being, that was Bronco fan optimism. But I mean,
you have a chance to be spot on, though.
I really do.
At least guaranteed the Bengals, but
I'm picking.
Dude, if you guys,
I thought we could have a good season. Never in a million years did I think playoffs. So I love to see it. But and then just a last note on that Thursday night game. So Justin Herbert gets horse collared by Jonathan Cooper on a sack. Whatever, you throw the flag on that. Sure, I guess that's fine. How come Herbert having the bottom of Cooper's face mask like this and then tilting his head to a 90-degree angle, how come that doesn't get called on that play? How is there not offsetting penalties there? Marvin Mims got underthrown on the deep ball. Bo Nix should have hit him in stride. That should have been a touchdown. But Tarheeb still just runs in the Mims, doesn't turn his head at all, just runs right into him and grabs Mims's arm as he's coming down. I thought, by the letter of the law, you have to at least look back and make a play on the ball and not just run over the receiver. That doesn't get called. A couple of big penalties there that really had some big implications. And then the Chargers got away with at least 2 false starts by my count. I think there was a third one too in the second half. But you know what? It happens. You can't blame the refs. There were moments that we could have for everything. Certainly some calls that would have been big if we had gotten those, but also just times where we should have executed better and played better. But NFL had to make that that Bengals game a little more interesting. So moving on to our next matchup to cover here, Vikings and Seahawks, guys.
That's kind of a wild game.
It was.
That was awesome.
Really wanted to just jump into this. Gino, man, it's like some great moments and then some really bad ones. Like 2 picks,
Really high,
314 and 3 touchdowns. I mean, the pick to lose the game was
Yeah, it was bad.
yeah. I can see. All right, there's DK Metcalf like ran a horrible like out route to the sideline. Like it was supposed to be like a quick 10 yards. You run out. It's a timing route. He can hit you right there on the sideline as you come out of your break. You can get out, stop the clock. I don't know what he was doing there. But on the other side of the ball, you got Sam Darnold. This guy, he's been really good about protecting the ball the past few weeks, and 246 yards, 3 touchdowns. You know, I really want to have a lot of faith in the Vikings, but historically they choke so much, and I'm like, man, they're looking so good right now. But what's going to happen when we get into the postseason is what concerns me.
Oh yeah.
But I mean, I got Justin Jefferson's playing out of his mind. Another 44 yards, 2 touchdowns.
Dude,
A team that still could potentially win their division.
they have a chance.
I wonder, is Jair going to be back for this matchup? That'll be intriguing because Justin Jefferson has struggled mightily against Jair Alexander.
If I had to guess, he probably won't play tonight. Just give him
Definitely
that extra
week off tonight.
Well, you don't have any. You don't have any wide receivers. That he
Get
has to
some
cover.
rest,
Oh,
Jair.
You're
Go
you're
get
making
ready
a
to
mistake.
play Jay Jettis.
Bub
He
Means
might-
is about to go crazy on
He
you.
might be
It's all
able to.
ploy
Dude, we got the secret weapon, dude. Nobody's talking about. My boy Carrington Valentine. Lockdown City, boys.
He's pretty
Lockdown.
solid.
That's true.
And then we can add Jair coming back with Xavier McKinney. Whew. But if he plays, he's been in practice the last 2 weeks, full go. Hasn't played, kind of keeping him healthy. Maybe he can knock some rust off tonight.
Get
But it's
some
also a
limited
short
snaps,
week.
That's true.
You know what I mean? Do you want your player that's been dinged up to go in and play Jettas on a short week?
Yeah.
Nope. Probably not going to
Give
play
him
him.
some rest.
Give him some rest. If we can't beat the Saints without Jair Alexander, we don't deserve to win the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
that's my
That's my
a
thing.
good freaking
If we
point
can't-
right there,
it-
man.
Dude, sit Jordan Love. If we can't beat you with Malik Willis, we don't deserve to win the Super Bowl.
You want to flash back to the
Come
Vikings
on,
game
Saints.
against the Seahawks. Questionable decision this year by Doug McDonald or whatever his name is. So Zach Charbonnet fills in against Arizona for Kenneth Walker, runs for $134, 2 touchdowns. Against Green Bay, you got down early, so you didn't run the ball a ton, but 8 carries, 54 yards, 1 touchdown. So, I mean, some pretty productive numbers. He's averaging around 6 yards a carry.
Oh,
Right.
wow.
Okay,
That's pretty good.
Kenneth Walker's back and healthy. Obviously, he's RB1. I get that. But you're giving Kenneth
Oh
Walker
my
a break.
gosh, they didn't even
Why
try
is
to run the ball.
why is Kenny McIntosh taking more carries than Zach Charbonnet, who just showed you over the past 2 weeks that he can run the ball really well?
I do think he got injured.
No, he was out
was
there
playing?
in the fourth quarter. Like
I thought
on
I
that final
saw him
drive.
like pissed off on the sideline. Like
I think he was
sound
pissed off on the sideline because he wasn't
probably
getting in
didn't
the
get
game.
the freaking ball. That's true.
I'm like,
He had one
Either-
carry. Had one carry for -1 yard.
I'm-
right.
Didn't
And then
give
like
him a
that was it.
chance.
Like that's why I thought he got hurt. I was like, I didn't even see him out there. Like, cause you know,
I mean, Seattle just didn't even really try to run
they
the ball.
didn't even try
Like
to run the ball.
15
8
attempts.
carries. What all Kenneth Walker got?
Yeah, they had 15 attempts total. I mean,
Yeah.
like they're just like Geno Smith's going to throw the ball
No, they're
43
pretty much
times.
out of it.
Yeah. I mean,
wouldn't
they
need-
just can't establish a run game against a good team. It's like, yeah, you're going to lose football games.
Yeah, and LA has. I mean, LA plays. LA plays Arizona, so it's over
Mhm.
for them this week because LA is going to win, and that's going to clinch their division.
Even if it's a crappy game, they'll still squeak out a freaking 12-9.
And Seattle
win,
goes and
or-
plays the Bears. Watch the Bears fucking lose that game too.
They probably will. I mean, the Bears
They'll
are,
Look at
find
them.
a way to lose.
the
Look
Bears
at
are
them.
like the get right team right now.
They
of the
kind of-
NFC.
they
Like,
kind of
you
are,
play
yeah.
like the Bears, the Giants. Who's the other team I'm thinking of?
New Orleans.
Raiders.
Yeah, the Jags,
They're like
the
any-
Raiders. Those
any
are the get
team
right
right
teams right now.
Yeah.
There's a lot of
Titans,
them.
maybe.
A little bit of the Titans. Yeah.
There's a lot of good teams this year, but majority of them are horrible.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Majority of the teams.
But
this year
most are
really
bad.
Like
Yeah,
I would,
most are
I
bad.
mean, if I need to get right game, I'd rather play the Bears or the Giants than the Panthers. Even though the
Totally.
Panthers are bad,
Panthers
they're
are
playing pretty
Panthers
good
are
football right
scrappy.
now. Yeah,
Panthers are scrappy. They're a bad record team, but they're not a bad team.
Yeah.
Bears are just a bad team with a bad record.
exactly.
You know.
Speaking of the Panthers,
Yeah, I was gonna.
let's go back.
It's got to
let's
be
talk
Trey
a little bit about
McBride
them.
watch, man, with not getting a freaking touchdown pass too, or didn't? No, they didn't. Play
He has a rushing touchdown this year, I'm pretty sure, but he has not caught one. Also, I mean,
overtime game.
they-
Crazy.
I don't think the Panthers were really covering him all that well. I had him in fantasy, so I was like watching him run his routes. He looked open a
Yeah,
lot.
the Trey McBride touchdown watch is on, boys. He will have like the most. If he doesn't catch a touchdown pass, he will have like the most receptions with no touchdown in like NFL history.
He
Dude,
still has 2 more weeks.
The
to do it.
Panthers had 243 rushing yards.
Yeah,
That's insane.
yeah,
I mean, they
Rush
just
shot.
ran all over.
all over him.
It was dude, it was honestly both teams had over 200 yards rushing, and it was the backs, Connor 117,
Yeah.
Chuba Hubbard
Chuba,
buck 52 and 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Oh,
25 carries too. The young man who's out there getting.
this
a lot
guy
of
looks
touches.
great. And then both quarterbacks had over 60 yards rushing to add a little bit in there. So look at that.
Time of possession was pretty much equal too.
Yeah, very very equal. Evenly
Murray
matched
20 of
game.
32, 202, 1 for 1. Bryce Young 17 of 26, 158, 2 touchdowns. Yeah,
Carolina,
especially when you got a
looking back
when you
on
got a running
schedule.
game, man. It's crazy how it helps a young quarterback.
Looking
Exactly.
back on
A little
schedule,
game manager action, dink
Able
and
to
dunk it,
looking
And like he
you
was
can
making
actually
plays with
start a
his
rebuild.
legs.
legs. Yeah.
Looking like you can.
He had
actually
68
start
yards
a
rushing
rebuild
and a
with Bryce
touchdown.
Young here now.
Right,
Got
it
the
does.
potential.
The Panthers
Some
look like
potential. He's still really small back there, man.
yeah.
It's going to be tough for him to see. He's going to run into the Kyler Murray problem. Like, oh, he doesn't have the short to intermediate passing route. If you make him throw it deep, it's just not. I don't think it'll last long. He'll get killed. It's just too much. He has to go. Remember, like those taller quarterbacks that can see deeper down the field, they don't really necessarily need the open passing lanes. There's only so many times you can scheme an open passing lane for a deep shot and not have a safety.
It's tough. Yeah.
That's
It's
true.
tough.
Most
Over
of
4
the time-
quarters, 17 games. It's a lot, man.
So most of the time you're hitting those back shoulder or a deep shot.
Right.
They might even be in the perfect coverage to stop it. Sometimes you can get a whole shot on cover too.
Yeah.
If you got
Or get a
enough
penalty.
back-
Sometimes there's a penalty flag. You get a penalty. And that kind of counts as like an explosive play.
It is like I hate that.
I want him to go to the
spot
college.
foul.
I want him to go to the
Freaking
college route.
40-yard pass. That's half these teams freaking passing offense.
Right.
For a majority.
Well,
of
that's
the
why they
game.
say
It was 3/4 of our passing offense in Green Bay with Aaron Rodgers.
that's why
a
they
long
say
time.
in the NFL, one of the best balls you can have is an underthrown deep ball. Make the DB run through your wide receiver, draw that PI.
Yep.
Basically the same thing as hitting the pass. Like if you're throwing the deep pass, you either want to be on the money or underthrow it.
Yep.
An overthrow is the worst thing you can do there. Not because if you overthrow it, you're not getting any yards. But if you underthrow it or hit him on the money, you're definitely getting the yardage.
Yeah.
Unless you're the Broncos, and the NFL needs to make the Bengals game on Saturday more interesting. Yeah,
That one's on Saturday.
it is.
On
Yeah,
Saturday.
Okay.
Yeah, we got a triple header.
triple
again.
heather.
Heck,
I like these triple. I
That's
like
gonna
the
be
Saturday
cool.
games
Yes.
and Sunday games, dude.
We got
It's nice, dude. It
We're
makes
gonna
the
have
weekend-
some
that much more.
3
fun,
NFL
dude,
games,
yeah.
and then I'm pretty sure that Saturday's the 28th.
Yeah.
So I think we got
got a
Miami
couple-
and Ohio or Iowa State and Colorado BYU. Those bowl games are happening those days as well.
And then I think there's a couple. Oh, excuse me. There's a couple Christmas games too. Kansas City, Pittsburgh will be
There
a really
is,
good
yeah.
game, and Wednesday, Baltimore and Houston. That's the 25th. That is
that'd be a
Christmas
good
Day.
one.
So I mean, obviously nobody's gonna be watching the freaking NBA after. You know what I mean?
They're
Right.
not watching it tonight
They're
either.
they're definitely not
Yeah.
watching it tonight.
well, I got the notification from the NBA. It's like we got an action-packed 14-game slate. figure out how you can watch on NBA TV or League Pass. I'm like, oh, so none of these
that's all
games
you
are.
Enjoy the
watch.
Toronto Raptors and Charlotte Hornets
That's the
matchup
only
today.
game you really get to probably watch on TV.
Yeah.
I don't think there's
One of the
any.
horrible games.
There's any nationally televised game. You need a subscription if you want to watch any of these 14 games
Oh,
tonight.
jeez.
Awesome.
Which I'm not doing.
Yeah.
So yeah. Man, dude, we
Stream
have.
East it up if you want to watch.
Yeah.
those.
Shout out Stream East. I'm for it,
if you really want to watch week.
boys. I made a mistake
Whatever.
this week, man.
What's up? What did you do, Jimmy?
You already know what I did, man.
Pick the Jets.
Pick
Thank
the
you,
New York
caveman.
Jets. Oh,
Why
no.
did I? And they had a 9-6 lead, and I was like, "Is this game
I
gonna
saw your
finish?"
text. I looked
I
at
was
my
like,
phone.
"Let's go,
I was like,
man!"
I just saw Jets,
Oh,
Jets, Jets.
I'm
No
like,
way.
Yeah,
No way.
they're winning 9-6, buddy. A-Rod drops a dime in the back of the end
This
zone.
game flew by. This game was
Flew
like in the fourth
Insanely
quarter.
Quick.
This game was already into the fourth quarter,
Yeah.
and the Eagles Commanders game had just kicked off into the second half.
Stafford. 19 attempts. This has got to be the most freaking.
Dude, the Rams are just a
Aaron
team like
Rodgers threw the ball 42 times at 42
Hey.
years old for 256 and a touchdown.
the Rams.
That's
They can
3
just
weeks
get
in a
into
row he's
such
had
an
more than
ugly game
250.
and find a way to
Yeah.
win too. Like they've gotten into some ugly ones and come out on top this year.
Aaron Rodgers, man. He didn't throw for more than 250 yards for 3 years. Now he's got 3 in a row.
3 in a row.
Too
Meanwhile-
little, too late, buddy.
Matt Stafford with only 110.
No shit, dude. Yeah,
They were-
Kyron Williams pretty much controlled that game. He had 23 carries. He had the ball a bunch, but they give him the ball a lot. in
That's
that
why I think that
offense.
worries. Like I'm a little nervous for him. Like I don't want him to get like hurt because like he just. I mean, like he's like averaging like 25 plus carries a game.
Cooper Kupp, man, playing like he's coming off of an injury. I just don't see the
Cooper,
separation anymore.
Cooper Kupp, like
It's
when
kind of slow.
he was playing a lot better like earlier in the year, but now it's like when your fantasy team needs him the most,
He had 2 good weeks
he
after.
disappears.
Yeah,
2 good weeks after his.
you
was
can
a-
play him straight up now.
I had
You
him
used to
in
play him
fantasy.
straight up before. He'd take you over the top.
I had him in fantasy football. It was more than 2 good weeks. He had a number of good weeks.
Well,
He had
after his
some good
injury,
games.
2 good weeks, and then he had a donut against the Niners.
He's been back for longer
And
than
then-
2 weeks from his injury.
The first 2 games back were good, and no, he hasn't really been playing that well. after.
I'm not going to let you slander Cooper Kupp like this.
'Cause he
I'm-
had a
He's kind of been
donut-
trash.
He had a donut.
he's been trash in the playoffs. The
donut
fantasy
against
playoffs.
the Niners, and well, that's what I'm saying. Just the past 2 weeks, he had a donut against the Niners.
Okay.
Now it kind of looks like he's coming off the injury, but the first week off the injury, I think he had 2 touchdowns.
December 8th. Yeah, it looks like December 8th, he had 92 yards and a touchdown. Week before, December 1st against New Orleans, he didn't do nothing. November 24th, yeah, so he missed a few weeks. Last time he played a pretty decent game was November 17th against New England, where he had 106 yards and 2 touchdowns, where they won 28-22. They lost the Philly game. They've won ever since, beating the Jets, San Fran, Buffalo, and New Orleans. But even in that Buffalo game, yeah, he had 5 catches, 92 yards, and a touchdown. That's really it. It's really it. November 3rd, he had 104 yards against Seattle, and that was it. Yeah, so really just a few games. Caveman's probably really not off.
But he's been catching a lot of passes though. So in PPR, he's been big.
He had 3 catches against the Jets.
Well, yeah,
catches
not
against
these
San
past
Francisco.
2 weeks. He's been
He had
terrible.
5 catches against Buffalo, but he only had 3 against New Orleans, and he had 5. Yeah, so 5. The Philly game you enjoyed, but that was pre-injury.
That was nice.
Yeah.
That was pre-injury. He wasn't injured then.
Did he re-aggravate something?
Yeah, he missed.
Okay,
He
I
missed a
must have
couple.
missed that.
He missed a couple games this year, right in between the Philly and New Orleans game.
Oh, I thought he was playing in those. Okay.
No,
Well, yeah. But he has been pretty solid for me on my fantasy team.
okay.
Nah,
He's
he,
been
so
really
he got
balling,
hurt
man.
week
Really
2
good
against the
flex.
Cardinals, and then he came back weeks
Yeah.
after. He came back week 8 against the Vikings, and he's played every week since week 8.
He has 681 yards and 6 touchdowns this season. So not typical for a wide receiver 1 in fantasy.
He's Yeah,
a decent
if you
flex
drafted,
option.
bro, if you drafted Cooper Cup as wide receiver 1, knowing Puka Nakua was there, like you don't deserve to play fantasy football.
if you're in a deep ass league,
Give me your phone, bro.
if you're in a 12-team league and you have the 11th pick, what are we talking about? And you're in PPR.
Cooper Cup was going in like the 3rd or 4th round in most leagues.
I had him as my flex all year when he wasn't.
That's where I would
Like,
have
he was
him
like
too.
my wide receiver too.
But I know
in a
he
couple.
has gone high in previous.
Oh yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
but
what
he's
are we
coming
talking-
off of an
so like
injury,
he's
and
that
he's got
level of player.
He's got Puka there now.
I
but
think
he was injured.
You got to look at the ADP.
You know what I
they
mean?
got injured like middle season though. Like the same week they both got injured.
Yeah.
Yeah, he hasn't done crap. He has 4
You're-
touchdowns this year.
You're dragging his name through the mud. He's been good.
He actually only
He's
has
been
3.
solid.
I misspoke. I lied on his name. He has 3 touchdowns this year.
Cooper or Puka?
Puka.
Puka's got a ton of yardage though.
He does have.
That's
a lot
his
of
thing.
yards.
He's like, he's just been a yak monster, I believe. That's where Puka's been getting the work in.
and he's missed a lot of time too. I think
He has
his first game back,
751
he got in
yards
a
and 3
fight.
touchdowns this year on 69 catches. Last year, he had 105 catches for 1,686 yards and 9 touchdowns.
Well, that's why Puka's
A pretty
definitely
good drop
number
off,
one.
but he's been injured too.
'Cause
So I,
Cooper
I
Kupp-
cut
Like
him some break.
both of these
66
guys
catches.
missed
Spin.
extended time.
extended
time.
time.
Yeah.
But it does kind of show Puka's definitely number one because 69 catches. Cooper Cup has 66, right? I think.
Yeah, he does.
I think Cooper Cup
about-
sets up Puka more than Puka sets up Cooper.
Definitely.
You
Yeah.
take you can insert big wide rangy wide receiver. Add Mike Evans. I mean, I'm not gonna say Mike Evans, but like say maybe like
You can say Mike Evans. It's okay.
no like
No, it's okay. Go ahead, Jimmy. Say it. Say Mike
I'm just
Evans.
saying like because then it would be opposite. You know what I mean? Like Mike Evans would be setting up Cooper Cup. It's not even a debate who's number one. Like that's what I mean. I'm trying to like assimilate. Like all
I
right,
see
like
what you mean.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's just like. Is Cooper Cup a number one wide receiver? Or is he just in an offense that makes him look like a number one wide receiver? Because Puka Nakua, like you guys just said, take away those injuries. Like if he play stud, can't even debate it. I won't debate.
May
So
I?
it's like I don't
May
know.
I?
Like, you
May I
add,
counterpoint?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Cooper Cup won the Triple Crown in
True that.
LA without Puka Nakua there,
right.
where he was. The
That
number
kinda
one
goes
wide
to-
receiver.
That kind of goes to my point. But like you add prime Tyreek Hill a couple years ago from even Miami. With Cooper Cup, Tyreek Hill's the number one guy.
Yeah, I could.
Yeah,
maybe.
even Devontae Adams, like
Last year's Tyreek Hill.
instead of
nearly-
they trade
nearly
the Packers don't
2,000
trade Devontae
receiving
Adams to
yards.
Oakland, they trade him to LA. Devontae Adams is the guy.
Maybe Cup just had that 1 year peak where
And it's
He has-
system, man. It's
he
system.
has been a little banged up
McVay's
though the past
nice.
few years.
Stafford's nice. They throw it a lot. They're not afraid. He runs downfield routes. Easy, sometimes there's just those guys. I mean, I think Michael Thomas, like he was like a leading wide receiver. Great offense, had Drew Brees.
He was a slant merchant.
Yeah.
As a lot of
you
people
know,
They
said.
got
getting
too
a lot
much
of-
turf
I think
to
Cooper
show.
Cup's a better player
I think
than
that
Michael Thomas.
100%. I'm not even going to debate
Easily.
that. Yeah, easily. AJ Brown in LA over Puka Nakua with Cooper Cup, kind of like a tandem that they have with Devonta Smith and AJ Brown. Substitute Devonta Smith for Cooper Cup, not even a combo. So I mean, it's like that's kind of how I assimilate it, like in my brain. Like you just take Puka Nakua away, add in, this guy. It's like that's cooking. But Puka, yeah, both these guys been banged up with injuries. That's going to be a dangerous team going in the playoffs. So
It certainly is.
Rams are scary,
especially with
man.
Kyron Williams. They give him
Rams
the
are
ball a
freaking
lot.
Scary.
It's not
Dude,
just
Tyler Higbee, he's healthy now too.
not bad offensive line. They can protect Stafford.
That defense is looking real good these past few weeks too.
They got injured
They've been
at the
getting
right time. And
Yeah,
that's
they
like
got all
week
their
2,
like
week 3 of the
they were
season.
super banged up
They
coming
got
into this
outplayed.
season. They came into the year limping and they're sprinting down the stretch here now.
Like sucks to get banged up, but lucky that it
Yeah.
was at the time that it happened,
Beginning of the season,
where you could you could still turn around the season.
You know who I like on that Rams defense is that Note Roseboom. Weird name, but like he's making some plays out there. He's just like got a nose for the football too.
Is he a linebacker?
He
That
is,
sounds
yeah.
like that sounds like a linebacker.
He is a
name.
linebacker.
Yeah. Yeah, you have nose bloom in your name. You're a linebacker, a defensive tackle.
Roseboom.
Oh, Rose Boom, even
Even
better.
weird. Yeah. All right. Another game I want to real quickly touch on, fellas. New
Oh, this
England
was too
and
close
the
for
Buffalo
comfort,
Bills.
man.
Oh man,
This was too close for comfort, Buffalo.
Hey, I gotta say, Drake May, impressive performance going into a hostile
Yeah.
territory.
Played
Did
his
throw a
butt off,
pick.
leading at
dude.
halftime.
He played his butt off.
261.
half-
I mean, you look at the stats. He outplayed Josh Allen. They each had 6 carries for 30 yards.
Wow.
Drake May,
all right.
22 carries or 22 completions, 261 yards, 2 touchdowns. Josh Allen, 16 completions, 154 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception.
100 yards? What the?
Yeah, I mean,
the
Allen had a real quiet game. It's so weird. Like the
154.
Patriots, I think they were saying like the last 2 years, the Bills are like 15-1 at home, and their one loss was to New England.
Yeah,
which is crazy.
I like
Gosh,
that.
I mean, dude,
that is kind of great.
just kind of look.
That's
That
kinda-
Adrian Gonzalez pick was not a bad pick.
Christian Gonzalez,
Christian Gonzalez.
Yes.
What I say?
Adrian.
Yeah.
But I know
Their
what you're talking about.
secondary
He's
is
not bad.
pretty nice.
He's not bad.
He's really sick. Yeah.
He gets hands happy. He gets a couple flags, but he can run with anybody. They've moved him around a little
I
bit,
think
the slot and outside.
The Patriots are just so bad that we don't really talk about them, but he's locked down. Like
Yeah, he's really
Pretty
good.
good.
he does not give up a lot of yards.
He's not a slouch over there.
No.
He can cover you.
They got some playmakers back there. Kyle
It's a bright
Duggar,
spot.
That's a dangerous.
kind of like
team,
a
dude.
one of those hybrid like linebacker safety type
That's a
guys.
wild card team where you're like, you just put a little bit of
I mean, they just got to put
something there.
together some pieces on offense because the defense is real. It's good. Like it's always been.
It's good enough.
solid. Yeah.
It's good enough.
To where like if you can just have an offense that can put up some points, like
And you got a quarterback who give you 261 and 2
That's it.
tuds.
Kayshawn Boutte, I mean, he looks good.
What
I
more
don't know
do
if
you
he's
want?
like a number 1 option though for Drake May. You got to beef up your O-line. Make sure you can protect Drake May. They did a pretty good job doing that in this game, and
Austin
give him like
Hooper.
an honest to God number 1 wide receiver. Man, I mean, because I think like guys like Kendrick Bourne, Kayshawn Boutte, they solid. You know, Jalen Polk, they solid backups, but they're not. I don't think any of those guys are the number 1 option there. I mean, some crazy stuff. Like, do the Bengals franchise tag T Higgins again? You know, the Texans.
Honestly, I don't think he's gonna be there.
The Texans, they only brought Stephon Diggs on a 1-year contract. Are they going to re-sign him?
If I'm New England, I wouldn't want Stephon Diggs. Though.
He is he's
He's a little long. And
I don't know if
you can
that's-
draft that.
yeah. Well, yeah, if you want a number 1 option, that's true. But
You could pick a
Those
fifth
are just
round wide receiver.
some of
You
the
can if you can scout and develop.
Yeah.
You can.
those are just
replace
some of
most
the names
these
on
guys.
floating out there. I will say you can give Drake
DJ
May.
Moore.
Huh?
DJ Moore.
That's not a terrible
If he
idea.
works his way out of Chicago,
I'm just
he's
saying,
gone in Chicago, boys.
dude. If you can give Drake May some just good weapons on here next season,
Chris Olave.
sneaky good
If I'm the
fantasy
Patriots,
value
go,
too.
Go talk to the Tennessee Titans about this wide receiver that they got. What's his name?
Oh, Westbrook
That
Ikine.
yeah. I mean they've traded
not
AJ
horrible.
Brown. Why wouldn't they trade?
Yeah.
D.
I mean,
Westbrook,
Akine's.
or
I mean,
whatever his name. Yeah.
It's true.
I don't know if like what he does is sustainable. Like he's having kind of a weird year where he's just always catching touchdowns.
5th round pick, would you take him?
Maybe, I guess
Fourth and a future third?
I don't know if I would trade that. Like it's like the Jamal Williams year that he had with Detroit, where he almost broke like an NFL record for touchdowns.
Yeah, yeah.
but they
yeah.
were all like short. Where it's like, is
He's
that
already 27.
yeah? Like is that sustainable? Like he's just
That's true.
kind of having like a one-off season where it's like, oh, he's just catching a lot of touchdowns.
Oh,
like
he's been in the league since.
Yeah, he got drafted. By the
Oh, I thought he was a
Titans.
rookie, brother.
Yeah.
no,
oh,
he's
he's-
been in the league for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
so he hasn't done crap his entire year.
Yeah, and,
his
like,
entire
he's-
career until now.
Yeah, like okay, he got 9 touchdowns this year, but again, it's
He
like
did have
this thing where
4 during COVID year in 7 games.
Yeah.
For 597 yards, 12 yards per catch, 38 catches.
he's
Not
not
I mean,
bad. That's not bad.
he's way
I'd
too
say he's number
inconsistent.
two
He
there.
is
And
way too
not,
inconsistent.
I'd say he's number 2 there because Calvin Ridley gets him a lot.
I'd say
more
he's like number
looks.
3. Like I don't even
because-
know.
Most teams are going to scheme to just guard
I thought he
Calvin
was a
Ridley
rookie,
for
my bad.
majority of the
Exactly.
Titans game.
I thought he was a
So,
rookie.
I thought he was a lot younger too when I
Yeah.
was putting him work a couple weeks ago.
Yeah. But he's actually like almost a 7-year vet.
Yeah.
He's putting
who
in
needs
work
who
year
needs
7.
But
who needs a contract?
back to the point I was trying to illustrate with Drake May, I think put some weapons with him, and then next season, if you're going in fantasy football and you're looking to draft a quarterback that you can take in the late rounds and beef up your skill positions more, Drake May with some
Yeah.
people to throw the
At least
football
in a
to.
2 QBR league.
Yeah, with some people to throw the football to, and he's very athletic. Like he uses his legs a lot, so I think that could be a very sneaky fantasy ad there, like that you can probably get
Right
like
now they're
around
sitting
7 or
fifth in
8.
the draft.
All right.
Yeah, right
Well,
now they're
just
sitting
because we have a
fifth.
lot of top plays and we also need to do pick 'em. I do want to real quickly, let's touch on the Cowboys game
Oh yeah.
before we head to a break though.
Just a letdown
Then we'll
for the
do,
Tampa Bay Buccaneers, man.
We're putting in work after this game real quick. I only got 2 guys this
Okay,
week.
gotcha.
We'll be quick.
I mean, dude,
Buccaneers should have freaking won. man.
Cowboys
What are we
couldn't
doing?
didn't run the ball at
Baker
all.
went
Dude, they had-
31 of 43, 300 yards and 2 touchdowns.
He was freaking slinging it.
It was. Dude, look at this. So Cowboys, they had 20 rush attempts. Guess how many yards?
20 rush attempts. How many yards? Oh man.
It had to have been a lot,
80?
like 260.
31.
What the heck?
What?
They had 31 yards rushing.
Okay, I thought they won.
I was
thought they
like,
had a lot.
at least 60 to 80, like 30 carries, 60 yards.
Nope. 31 yards rushing. Still won that game.
On how many carries?
20. 20
Oh, man, so
carries.
you're only getting like a yard and a half.
They
a
were
carry?
they were averaging 1.6 yards per
Yeah.
carry.
That's crazy.
Let
and
me
they
see the
win.
stats
They
here.
did.
Cooper
yeah.
Rush went 26 to 35, 292 and a touchdown.
Why'd they win? It's
Why?
because of this
Defense,
defense,
man.
That
Yeah,
defense
they-
was
defense,
sick.
They
dude.
created some
It's like a
turnovers,
different-
dude.
Different team when Micah Parsons
That's
is out
4
there, man.
4 sacks, 4 sacks, 4 tackle for losses. Just keeping them behind the sticks. The Buccaneers got into too many situations where it was like 2nd and 6, and then they would only get like a yard on the rush. And like 3rd and 5 to like 3rd and 8, they really struggled last night. The Buccaneers,
Look,
they weren't able to convert on like anything longer than like 5 or 6 yards. They were getting killed.
defense and special teams for the Cowboys. Brian Anger punted a really good game. He was flipping field position like crazy, making the Bucs have to drive a long way against that defense that was just teeing off. And then Brandon Aubrey hit 2 58-yard field goals. He kicked 2 58-yard field goals, as well as 2 more. He was perfect. So, I mean, you're Dallas. You don't really have to move the ball that far. You just had to get it a little bit past midfield, and Aubrey had you.
Yeah.
You
He
could
got
score
one of
points
my
that way.
friends, over 20 points in fantasy
Yeah.
this week.
Nice.
Just he made 6 field goals.
Yeah,
total.
he made 6 field goals. Plus, you get like that extra point if it's more than a 40-yarder.
Yep. So he got 20 points from Aubrey. I had a few leagues where I had to let Aubrey go because I needed other players. So I helped out.
I
a few
did have
people
he
in
was
some
my
leagues.
kicker in my
See,
guillotine league.
There's
been
some kickers that are just so good that I'm like, I will not drop them. I'll drop some
I'll
bum
drop
ass,
some
like,
bum ass
you
wide
know,
receiver.
someone
wide
else,
receiver,
yeah,
running
yeah.
back instead.
Prime,
Yeah.
like prime Justin Tucker did.
Exactly.
17
Like,
points a week.
I like
They
in one
weren't
league
scoring
I
a lot of
have.
touchdowns.
I did not drop Kaimi Fairbairn when he went on by. I'm like, nah, he's made more 50-yard field goals than anybody
Anybody.
than in NFL
Put
history.
him on the bench, release it, or
Yeah,
fourth
dude,
running back.
He's set an NFL record for like 50-yard field goals made in the season. I mean, like the guy's he's averaging like 16 points a game as a kicker, which is just crazy. Yeah. So
So Bucks, I mean, like now, what's the bigger picture now, Caveman, for the Buccaneers now in the driver's seat in their division? Now losing to the Cowboys on Sunday Night Football. Now you're second in your division by the Atlanta Falcons, who own the tiebreaker over you.
They need to.
Tampa Bay does play Carolina this week.
They can't lose these division games because that's where Atlanta really gets them. Because Atlanta's not playing that well, but they have a really good divisional record and NFC record. You said they were 7-3 against the NFC.
Yeah.
But they're really like both 8-7.
Right.
So almost every win for Atlanta is a pretty big win. NFC and divisional wins. So the Buccaneers got to win out. They can't lose to us for sure. If
Do
they,
they end
lose
this-
and split with us, then the Falcons win.
Yeah, they play
division.
the Panthers and then the Saints
They can't lose
at
to
the
us.
end of the year.
If they
Yeah,
lose
they have
to
to
us,
win
yeah,
out.
they lost the division.
Well, if they win, I'll go 10-7. Ooh, man, dude.
I think the best case for Tampa Bay, you got to win out, and then you need Atlanta to lose
That's a
to the
dangerous team to
Commanders.
miss the playoffs. I would love for them to lose. That's a scary team that would miss the playoffs.
yeah.
I think if you're
That would help a
if
lot
you're
of other
like the
teams.
5 seed, because I think you're looking at it, the whoever wins the South is going to be the 4 seed. I think the Rams are, 9-6 versus 8-7. The Rams, they're looking good. I think they could probably finish in the 3 seed. I think
Yeah, they're in the
you're just-
driver's seat.
you're thinking most realistic possibility. If you're the 5 seed, you're playing whoever wins the
The
South.
Falcons
Yeah.
got the Commanders this week. So at Washington. So
Oh,
the
yeah.
Falcons can lose.
Buccaneers.
Exactly.
are
Buccaneers
kinda in the
win.
driver's seat still.
I
That's
mean,
a tough game for Atlanta.
it is a
Atlanta's
tough game
defense
for
ain't
Atlanta.
been too good this year. I'm just wondering, Jaden McDaniels might have 200 rushing yards
Penix.
against them.
Penix versus Daniels
A couple of first-round rookies are going head-to-head. Ooh, there we
That's
go.
a
Sunday-
pretty fun matchup.
on
at
Sunday
least.
Night Football.
Oh, it's Sunday night.
It is.
Yeah.
We're gonna be waiting all day, boys.
Oh yeah.
That's
good.
gonna
After
be kind of
Christmas,
epic.
We're
yeah.
fat and happy. Kick back, 2 rookie quarterbacks, both really nothing to lose.
Mhm.
Both really kind of ahead of schedule. Man, I know the Penix through the pick, whatever. No big deal.
Not his fault.
Not his fault. Kyle Pitts sold. He gone. See ya. Welcome to Chicago, bud.
I could see it.
Welcome to
already.
Chicago.
Get
I
ready
can see
to
it
get ready to learn bear down, buddy.
You're the next.
I could see it already.
You're the next great bust for the Chicago Bears.
Do you think if Kyle Pitts went to a better team, offensively, if he somehow ended up in Buffalo, they could unlock?
I mean,
And
we'll look at
utilize
Dalton
him better.
Kincaid.
Yeah,
I
I mean,
think
he's been
they
pretty
could
Same
good.
difference.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
That's fair.
Not really. The only team that I see him being good for right now is just one, and you guys are gonna hate me if I say it.
you know what's going to probably happen?
Kansas City Chiefs.
Here,
He
actually,
would be.
I was-
You would
a
have to
si-
go to the best
Him and
team.
Travis Kitt. They got a younger. Could you imagine? He's probably not even
I
starting
was-
his rookie year.
I was just about to say that actually, because here's what's going to probably happen in the script: Chiefs 3-peat. Travis Kelce proposes
ain't
to
three.
Taylor Swift
They ain't 3.
after they win the Super Bowl. Retires those two right off into the sunset.
Insert
just-
Kyle Pitts.
They just bring in Kyle Pitts, and
Yeah.
they don't miss a beat.
Yeah.
And we're talking about will the Chiefs 4-peat, and
They're not.
the
3-peat,
rest of the
brother.
hardcore NFL fans are all on
NFC's
suicide
winning the
watch.
Super Bowl this year.
I hope so.
Dude,
NFC, there's no. You run because you're gonna have to run the gauntlet in the NFC.
bro, I just
you
literally,
go and play some,
Jimmy. I want literally anybody but the Chiefs to win the Super Bowl.
brother. I'm telling you,
I don't.
the
I wouldn't
Packers
even.
are winning the Super Bowl.
I wouldn't
dude.
even care if the Chargers won it. That's
We've
how much
already
I
beaten
don't
Kansas
want.
City and Kansas City. With
That's how much
Jordan.
I don't want the Kansas City Chiefs to win the Super Bowl.
Packers
again.
win the Super Bowl, brother.
Okay.
It's okay.
I hope you're right. I really.
Packers,
hope you're right,
Kansas City
too.
rematch of Super Bowl 1, brother.
Hope you're right.
We're gonna double barrel.
I
them,
hope
dude.
you're right. And every year I go into the playoffs thinking somebody can knock the Chiefs out and,
and they
spare
win.
us.
And they
And then,
always win.
and then I went
Yeah.
through this for years with Brady and the Patriots too, where I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't want them to win, and I would always convince myself
always
somebody
think
else
they
could
do.
beat them, and then they would just go and win the Super Bowl
Yeah.
anyways.
It's wild how it works, dude.
Yeah.
Playoff football. That's why I always tell people, man, dude, you just got a quarterback and a coach and a team that knows how to adjust in a game. Bro, that's really all that matters, dude. Throw the playbook, throw the crap, all the crap from the regular season out of the window. You got to be able to play them straight up and not be afraid of the dark
Other
magic,
thing,
dude.
yeah.
You know what I mean? You just especially in the playoffs, you're not playing for anything else. There is no tomorrow. It's you see teams playing conservative. Buffalo Bills last year playing conservative, trying to kick a field goal when a touchdown's going to win it. They've done that multiple times. The team that beat them to go to the Super Bowl, the Cincinnati Bengals, they went right at them.
Yeah.
Went right at them in Kansas City. Got to do the same thing.
You
you
do.
know?
They're probably going to have to go through Kansas City again. That's what it's looking
It's
like.
what it's looking like, man.
Can the
Yeah.
can the Steelers and Broncos make the Chiefs lose out?
I believe it.
and give Buffalo the 1 seed. Then we saw, I mean, Kansas City, they went on the road in 2 straight playoff games and won on the road. So that doesn't even really matter.
Sorry to cut our music, Jimmy, but real quick, I got my 2 players.
Oh, I'm so
that are
sorry,
putting in
Cayman. On my
work.
bed.
You're all good.
I was looking
You're
at
all
the
good.
camera.
Time for putting in work, though.
Putting in work.
First guy I got this week. He torched my defense 2 weeks ago. Jaden freaking Daniels. This guy
Man.
leading. He's ran the most of any quarterback this year.
Over Bo Nix?
Ran out of any quarterback in the league.
kidding.
I like
has
how
the
your
most
first
rushes.
person to say was Bo Nix over,
He's ran pretty good, though.
but like Lamar Jackson.
I was
Josh
thinking rookie.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Well,
That's
amongst all quarterbacks, he's ran it the most.
Oh, wow.
So, rookies obviously is winning that one, but again, amongst all quarterbacks, he's ran it the most, which kind of lets people argue about the quarterback safety and not being able to hit him too much. Why are they running the ball so much? But I mean, it's all right because he came in home field game against the Eagles, 5 freaking touchdowns. Forget the turnovers, dude. This guy locked it in for his team. Forget the turnovers. He threw, like HG said, he pulled a Jameis Winston, just brushed his shoulder off and went out for the next possession. Put his helmet on, strapped up the chin strap, and get ready to go.
I like it.
And they went on a buzzer beater, too. 2 buzzer beaters in his rookie season.
Yeah.
Like what this guy does in late game situations and like 3rd downs, 4th downs.
The boys rally.
Elite composure.
The boys rally.
Oh, yeah. And Dan Quinn, first
down in the
year,
game, no big
doesn't get
deal.
rattled.
Oh, yeah.
Something you can't
You're
teach.
down like multiple touchdowns in the game. No big deal.
They're just going in.
We got it.
It's got that competitiveness and that,
Got the it
that
factor. man.
iron
That's
composure.
you can't
Can't teach
you
it.
just see it.
He's just got that. He's just got
Most
it.
fans turning the TV off. Jaden Daniels didn't. Has 3,300 passing yards,
Yeah,
22
it's a good
touchdowns.
season, man.
8 interceptions, and a passer rating of 101.3. What more do you want?
Top 5 in his
What more do you want?
QBR as well.
Good enough, man.
He's a real
You know?
skinny guy, but I mean, he's still got
Year
the
1 to year
size.
2, always insane. You never know what's going to happen. Look at CJ Stroud. But this year, which is the only thing that matters, playoff team.
Yeah.
That's definitely a dude that's been putting in work.
Oh,
for
yeah.
Show.
For sure.
Last 5
Oh, sure.
games, over 1,000 yards, 13 touchdowns, and 6 picks. A lot of them came from yesterday. So if they protected the ball better than how they did yesterday, he's got like 13 touchdowns and probably 1 interception.
Something like that, yeah.
They're looking really good. Way ahead of schedule.
Way ahead of schedule.
Way ahead of schedule.
Way ahead of schedule.
The
I mean, you guys could
Commanders-
be starting Jeff Driscoll or Sam Hartman. Come on, Commanders.
Oh,
You
man.
guys got.
They got Marcus
It could
Mariota
be a lot
on that
worse.
team too.
Oh yeah, Mariota.
Don't forget about Marcus Mariota,
They'll probably start
the
Mariota
Hawaiian
before anyone
sensation.
else.
Heisman Trophy winner. Oh my gosh! he's a
Shout out to
Heisman
that
Trophy
guy.
winner that threw for 5,000 yards and 40 touchdowns in college.
Why are you whispering?
Now he's deep on the bench. He doesn't want the Bears fans to hear the secrets of.
I
how to
gotta
make a
say,
football
though,
team.
I gotta
Heisman
say,
Trophy
bro,
winners.
watching Mariota play in college was electric.
Electric.
Oh, it was-
Chip
those-
Kelly, shout out.
Yeah, and he had what was the guy?
Jermichael-
D'Anthony Thomas there too.
That and like something, Jermichael James or something. D'Anthony. There was a Jordan James. Some running back with the last name James. I think I
Yeah, it
got
was
my
James and D'Anthony Thomas like that.
insane
Insane
combo,
team.
dude.
I think it was Jermichael that you're
It was
talking
like
about. He was
something like
freaking-
that.
It was really good too.
Nuts.
That team was insane.
Insane, dude.
But speaking of Heisman, Jaden Daniels won it too. So you got 2
Yeah.
Heismans in your QB
Yeah.
room. And you have plenty of veterans.
And the legend
Lulu-
Sam Hartman. What more could you want?
Exactly. You got freaking Prince Charming himself.
Yeah.
Freaking Sam Hartman.
The legendary
You got
Sam
the
Hartman.
looks, the skill. There's veterans on that team. High hopes, Washington Commanders fans. Maybe you'll get a better looking stadium that
Yeah, I
isn't
mean, they
dripping
need
raw
something.
sewage on the
I mean,
fans.
new ownership. The team looks like it's heading in a completely different direction now. So
Oh yeah.
like to see it.
And this last guy, this one in back-to-back MVP, Lamar Jackson, dude. 4 interceptions. He's second in passing touchdowns with 37, in the top 5 for yards, almost 4,000, 3,700 yards.
How many rushing yards does he have in like rushing touchdowns?
Let's check this real quick.
You put those totals together.
Oh yeah, he's got way more, way more. Here's just rushing total. Let's see.
Who are you talking about? Lamar?
So 765 total rushing yards.
So 44 scrimmage yards. How many rushing touchdowns does he have?
3 rushing touchdowns.
And 40 total touchdowns on the season to four interceptions. So basically a 10-1 touchdown to interception ratio.
Yeah, this guy is absolutely insane.
And he's not even like in
Although-
the MVP consideration.
He's
he
second,
is.
but they're like Josh Allen's like a huge favorite.
It's not even bettable. And BetMGM, I looked at it last week and he was like
Yeah.
10 minus 10,000. So you have to lay
I
10
think-
grand to win $100 to see him.
Well,
win
you
the
could lay a
MVP.
case that Lamar Jackson could win you some money on this.
Totally.
His last 5 games, 13 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, over 1,000 yards, 66% completion rating.
To like Zay Flowers and Rashard Bateman. What are we talking about?
He doesn't
Right.
have the greatest weapons either.
throw into
He's just like Josh Allen.
ancient artifact Mark Andrews,
Right.
Tylan Wallace,
Yeah. Isaiah
that the-
Likely?
right?
They've
Yeah,
been a
Taylor
pretty good
Wallace,
duo, Mark Andrews and Likely,
Yeah.
especially this game. I'll give it
Charlie
to him.
Kolar. Who the
Yeah.
heck is that guy? He
it's like-
has 2 touchdowns on the year.
All right, that's what I'm
Come
saying.
on.
Like Lamar
They-
Jackson's
they
been
did
throwing the
release-
dudes I've never even heard of before.
They did release Deontay Johnson.
They got Panthers
Why?
scammed
They
him there.
wasted a freaking
Yeah,
pick.
yeah.
Panthers, man. They're
Dude, the
showing they got
Panthers-
some fight with that trade.
The
right there.
Panthers scammed the Ravens and the Cowboys.
And the
Yep.
Bears.
Can we talk about that? And the Bears, yeah. Like honestly,
They got rid of their trash and got Bryce Young.
he looked
You know,
pretty
and
good.
the
Yeah,
Bears drafted Caleb Williams with that pick when they could have drafted CJ Stroud. Who would you rather have?
I mean, right now I'm taking CJ
saying-
Stroud.
I'm
still.
taking CJ.
Stroud. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, at least he's
any day.
their team has holes, but he's still playing
He
phenomenal
still plays
football.
well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's really improved these past few weeks too. But yeah, I mean, how do you send Deontay Johnson to the Ravens? He's an immediate bust. Like gets suspended and then cut from the team.
Literally,
I think he caught 2 passes
Maybe
in the Baltimore Ravens uniform.
Yeah, I
You
have
trade
that.
Jonathan Mingo to the Cowboys for a 4th round
Yeah, he
draft pick.
He had 4 catches.
What the heck has
Yeah.
Jonathan Mingo done for the Cowboys?
absolutely nothing. I don't
Nothing.
think he's played.
Yeah.
So he found his way on the practice squad somehow, probably. Jerry Jones
Wow.
just
So dude,
forgot he was on
the
team.
Panthers are out here just scamming people.
Yeah, they got it. But I want to
Kyle
quickly
Hamilton
on
has
Lamar.
4 picks.
I just want to point out his stats in away games this year. 21 touchdowns, only 1 interception in away games.
Damn.
2,047 yards in away games.
Nah,
That's a
yeah, but
pretty
he's-
good stat line to have when you're going into playoffs. They're probably going to win their division.
Yeah.
Just because they got the Steelers on Saturday. They beat
The
them pretty
Steelers
bad.
have a tough
still-
stretch
yeah,
to
they
finish.
do, they
Kansas
do, man.
City,
Yeah.
They're both 10-5 right now.
yeah, it's Kansas City, then Cincinnati. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
that's definitely
Kansas
that's
City.
tough.
Kansas City at home and Bengals at home. So they do end it up.
At least it's a home stretch, but
It's
yeah,
a home stretch for the Steelers.
Nelson Aguilar is on their receiving.
Yeah,
core,
no
dude.
kidding,
What
dude.
is
How
that?
is that? That guy's been in the
What
league
the heck?
forever, dude, since I was in high school.
Anthony Miller's still on that team. What the
Yeah.
heck?
And the Ravens, come on, ESPN.
Well, there you go.
The Ravens end with the Texans in Houston and then home against the Browns.
Man,
Looks a little more favorable for
That's
the Ravens.
favorable,
I'm just gonna
man.
say.
favorable.
I
You
mean,
know,
the Ravens too. It's like now, Stephon Diggs, no Tank Dell now. It's just Nico Collins out
Steelers
there.
have clinched a playoff berth.
Yeah, but I think both
Both
Ravens
teams
and
have it.
Steelers have.
They
But
both have.
division's still
Technically,
up in the air.
Cincinnati's not out of it. Cincinnati's not out of it. They could win out. Obviously, we just mentioned
We need the
you know,
Broncos
they
need to
end
lose
on the
out.
road at the Steelers. That's a game and a half right there.
Yeah.
But then obviously, they play, Mercury's Broncos next week. 2:30 on
They're going to
NFL
lose to
Network
the
on Saturday.
Broncos. Let's go, Bo
Hey.
Nix.
I
I-
believe in him.
I probably
I'm
got
picking him.
I probably got to go Cincinnati. If I'm
Well, You can find out when we come back from break. We're going to
Putting
do
in work.
top plays,
We'll be
and
right
then
back.
we're going to do
Pick 'em.
our pick 'em. Don't go anywhere, folks. We're going to be right back. You're watching Till the Final Whistle Football Frenzy.
We interrupt regular programming to bring you the special report.
Somewhere little children cry as their parents say goodbye, bound for a land far away. When they'll return they just can't say, to this place where wise men walk, in a world where men won't talk. Can't help but see the irony, making war to keep the peace. Oh God, I hate this whirling dust. Don't wanna be here, but I must. Lord, I do not want to die, and that's the reason why I'm trusting in the sentry in the sky. Events have gone awry. Can't change the world, but I've gotta try. Under eastern stars I pray, keeping low and hoping for a better day. Oh God, I hate this swirling dust. To you, my love, I miss you much. Wipe a tear from your eye, I'll see you by and by, 'cause I'm trusting in the sentry in the sky. I'm trusting in the sentry in the sky. I'm trusting in the sentry. I'm trusting in the sentry in the sky.
Military Broadcast Radio, the station that's giving veterans a voice.
Find us on the web at mbradio.us.
You are looking live at Military Broadcast Radio.
Hey,
we are
hey.
Till the Final Whistle, boys. It's a Monday football frenzy.
Yes, sir.
Been a fun show.
Certainly
Went over
has.
all the games of the week, college football, to start the show, all the good stuff, all the playoff implications. Man, football's going to be coming down to it is really all we're
I know.
really talking about,
It's
man.
down to
Like,
the wire.
down to the wire, dude. When football starts becoming real football, we're here for it. Till the final whistle. We got a lot of top plays for you, and
do.
we got our weekly pick'em that I'm sure Kyle is still in the lead in. I have absolutely no idea what I'm doing. I've picked awful teams. I picked the Jets. Didn't win. Going to be bad. Need the Packers to beat
Well,
the Saints on Monday Night Football tonight.
we'll see if we can get a bounce back week, because I know we all kind of had a struggle week this week. But first, we got to get to our top plays of the week and an action-packed week.
Absolutely action-packed. I think
Shot
we're
clock winding down, puts up a three. Bang! He is a one-man wrecking crew. This is caught! Diggs! Sideline! Touchdown! Unbelievable!
Thanks,
beautiful,
Amber,
beautiful.
for wishing everyone a Merry Christmas.
Yep, thank you, Amber. Merry Christmas to you, too.
All right.
Yep. We're going to start with the college slate of some of the top plays that we started the show with. We mentioned the Penn State SMU game. SMU just got off to a bad start. Penn State was able to capitalize on multiple pick sixes. This is one of them, and this is really what Penn State just cruised to with an easy victory over SMU in the first round of the college football playoff.
Ford stadiums and sit him here in Beaver Stadium. Jennings on the move. Throws another pick. Intercepted. Rojas still on his feet. Rojas rolling. Touchdown Penn State.
Pretty brutal there, man.
Yeah. Well, the
Made a
return by
couple-
that guy,
Made
though.
a couple guys miss.
I know.
Almost tripped
Jukes.
over the turf monster. Almost got him.
Probably
Powered
showed a little
through
bit
it,
of
though.
speed
Power
there.
through, man.
I know. That
Penn
was an
State's
incredible
defense. If they don't
return.
get 3 pick sixes a game, I mean, I just don't know if they're going to beat anybody. That's the question we went over in the
Yeah.
first segment.
38 points.
know what,
they had.
Yeah,
I
think they
kinda
got
have a
21 of
crazy-
them off of
kind of a crazy
defense.
prediction, guys, but future Heisman winner Kevin Jennings. That guy is just like a freak athlete.
Who's that?
The SMU quarterback.
Oh,
Like, I mean, he had no protection all game, as we mentioned. And yet he was still scrambling around, dodging defenders, making plays. Only got sacked 4 times, despite it being a jailbreak blitz, like pretty much every time on him. Like, even when they rushed 4 got through. It was insane. I mean, his offensive line was spectating most of the game. I think you give that guy better O-line. He gets, he's only a sophomore, a couple more years under his belt. Could potentially be at least a Heisman candidate with the potential numbers he could put up there. That's my bold prediction.
bold.
I like it.
So when Texas
like it.
beat Clemson, Clemson had the ball here to set it up for you late in the fourth quarter. Well within striking distance to get a touchdown. You have your timeouts, get a stop, get the ball back. Less than 2 minutes, give yourself an opportunity, to possibly win the game late, an upset. Well, at least to cover the point spread. But Texas defensive front stands tall. Let's watch this out.
He's lined up in the backfield. In fact, they got 3 men back there with Klubnik. And it's a straight ahead handoff. Stuffed. Adams down at the 1. Texas turns over the Tigers on downs.
Cade Klubnik, where was a keeper, got nothing on third down.
Yeah.
Fourth down, you just hand a straight run. And they stood tall on that bootleg option and they stopped you running it. I wouldn't be trying to. I'm throwing the fade. The guy on the outside for Clemson had a really good game, already had a touchdown, kind of really did whatever he wanted to and just man-to-man coverage.
Give him a shot.
Give him a shot.
not?
Throw the fade. It's one-on-one. Always throw the – it's fourth down. That's when you throw it. Everybody expects run. You give them an inside-outside move, you can create some separation.
Yeah.
It's just shooting yourself in the foot.
Yeah.
Bad coaching
offense.
there by Dabo.
Bad offense by the Clemson Tigers there at the end of the game.
Tough loss. Tough. They played them at least closer than anyone else did on Saturday.
They did.
We'll give them that.
Yeah, we'll give them that one. It was definitely the closest game out of where the two teams were pretty much equal, even though the score was kind of by 14 points. Jeremiah Love, my guide. Guys, another 9. I mean, you can count him on 2 hands how many 90-yard touchdown runs this guy has. Count him 7. He has 7 over 60.
He is so explosive.
He has 17 on the season. He has 7 more than 60.
Yeah, you let him get into the open field and hit that extra
It's
gear.
good night, Charlie.
Kiss him goodbye.
Yeah,
I don't care.
This is a great
Have
play.
fun watching him run.
And Indiana had the momentum early in this game, and then they punted, put Notre Dame down at the 2-yard line. Doesn't matter. Let's watch this play out.
Riley Leonard and the Irish from their own 2. Jeremiah Love breaks free. Jeremiah Love trying to go 98. Touchdown! What a run!
Yeah, that was a great run.
Nobody was catching
Bad
it.
angle by that safety, kind of cut off his own guy there at the
Yeah.
50. That happened with Georgia? Probably not. So, there goes that offense. But really good run by Jeremiah Love. Still 1 more year, only a sophomore. Has to come back for another year. So we'll see. Wrap him in bubble wrap and just get him to draft day.
Yeah.
That kid is a stud.
He
Third
is.
down, 3 down back, dude, can pick up the blitz, can receive the ball out of the backfield and run it between the tackle, as we've seen. Great vision, good contact balance, and obviously home run speed.
Insane athleticism. We've seen him like just full speed,
hurdle
people, and then not miss a beat. And keep
this is not the first time we've had Jeremiah Love on this show, and I don't think it'll be the last.
Oh,
guys.
no. We'll be seeing him plenty more. So next
he
play.
Could be the Austin Gentry of college football next year.
Ooh, it's not a bad
Notre Dame's
prediction.
offensive line is coming all back. We're all freshmen. These kids ain't going nowhere. The only thing that's going to change is our quarterback because Riley Leonard's gone. He's
That's
a senior.
not a bad prediction. I don't
know,
hate that. I don't hate you saying that.
We got, I think we got Jeremiah Smith. I think this might be from, is this an NFL game, guys? I can't remember what this insane touchdown grab was from Jeremiah.
No, Jeremiah Smith. That's Ohio State.
Oh, is that the? Oh, that's right. Yeah, this
True
was a
freshman, 17
this
years
kid.
old, man.
Yep. This will not be the last time he's on this show. That's for sure. He's got 2 more years.
He has some of the best hands in college right now, hands down.
Let's check out Jeremiah Smith, the freshman sensation.
Chip Kelly, the play caller, loves to feature the 2 backs as receivers. And now a downfield shot on first down for the end zone. Touchdown, Ohio State strikes first. The freshman Jeremiah Smith.
That was to start the game.
Heck of a throw by Howard there, too. Great catch by Smith.
I said, uh-oh, when that happened. They can't stop that. You're going to have a long night. And they did.
Dropped it in the bucket, then the concentration to catch it. Yeah, you're like, oh, well, you hit a deep shot touchdown on your opening drive. The wheels fell off that wagon quick for Tennessee. It was like the floodgates opened. But
we're gonna pivot and
pretty impressive by that guy there. You're gonna be seeing a lot of Jeremiah Smith in the coming years on this show.
Definitely.
He is a beast.
Speaking of a beast, a kid who came into the NFL and really took the world by storm. Justin Herbert. Yeah. I pictured him more of like a pocket quarterback. We got this play. I saw this yesterday too with moving on the run and making throws.
Herbert has
not really what you
arm
think.
Talent.
He really does.
A lot of people sleep on how
I'm in that camp. I can't lie.
How talented Herbert is when he's moving with the football. Like he can run really well, and like his ability to throw on the run, it kind of reminds me a little bit of Aaron Rodgers.
A little bit.
Like just like you're like, how does he even like get that throw off?
Let's check this out.
Yeah.
Herbert throws, caught, touchdown, Darius Davis.
Bender coming at you. I mean, that's all flick of the wrist right there.
Hip action going, and you have to get through that football, otherwise it sails high and wide.
Yeah,
it's right.
You got to be square with your shoulders.
Like I think that was almost a jump pass. He was only one foot when he threw that. And yeah, I mean, what are you supposed to do there, right? Like
another
you blew the coverage,
body.
But you had pressure on him, and he just delivers a perfect ball.
Another silly body, CJ Stroud, with a crossbody laser. Great description, caveman. Crossbody laser for a touchdown.
First and goal for Stroud. The drop rolls out. Stroud on the run. It's caught. Touchdown, Dalton Schultz.
Middle of the field deleted by the Kansas City. Is that a weak spot for the Kansas City Chiefs defense? Did they put something on film?
Could
maybe.
Possibly.
Get your quarterback running. Get this defense playing out of position a little bit.
You can honestly.
They do certainly seem.
You can get them up the seam.
Yeah,
easily because a lot of their linebackers are coming to get you on the pass rush. They have Nick Bolton.
Spagnuolo does like the blitz.
They're going to blitz.
They don't have a ton of like pass coverage guys there and the linebacking.
Might have just put something on film where it could be a small little chink in the armor. You get a quarterback that can move a little bit, extend that play out, get them running out off platform, off schedule. Guys just left wide open.
Even if it's just a quick seam shot,
right?
You're a tight end
or a dump off to your running back.
Yeah. You know what's really going to work well against that? You know what's really going to work well? Give me a running back choice. Just watch where Bolton goes, man. And if your running back gets that leverage across the middle, dude, you got that every time.
They were picking on him last year.
You got that every time. If you
could
just get inside leverage, you could get him every time.
That's true.
Yeah.
You're kind of right on that, dude.
Like, you got a good running, like, Dolphins, dude. They could easily get up middle of the field. They got, what's the other guy? Jonnu Smith.
Yeah.
Easily could torch up the seam against them because they have to worry about the outside guys too. Like, just for an example, like Chiefs would probably beat the Dolphins still, but it's, some weapons that could easily manipulate the seam across the middle.
I think you really got to use your tight ends and running backs and go after the linebackers because Chiefs corners. If you run your receivers into the middle of the field, they got sticky corners that are going to be there, and the safeties obviously they like to come up and play on the wide receivers. So but if you can abuse your running backs and tight ends and just spam that, could be some weaknesses here for the Chiefs defense.
Next up, we got Josh Palmer of the San Diego, LA, California Chargers. Name your Charger. Great
concentration.
Great snag here.
Yeah,
this catch is
great
insane.
hands.
Fake to him. Herbert steps up, throws, and is it one-handed and caught? Yes, it is. Joshua Palmer with an amazing catch.
Just like
Mercury's Broncos, no big deal.
The Chargers some of their receivers are making all these incredible catches against us. I'm like, really? You do this against us? You guys are dropping like the most easy.
Yeah.
At least Quentin Johnston stayed consistent in this game, but like,
if that's a drag route, dude, clink right off Palmer's.
Right, I'm like, Palmer dropped like 6 passes against the Ravens like on Monday night, but he plays us, and he's all of a sudden
he's the man.
Dude looks like prime Anquan Bolden out of nowhere. Brandon Lloyd, y'all remember Brandon Lloyd?
I remember Brandon Lloyd.
Brandon Lloyd was not. He was like the king of like crazy catches.
Yeah,
they're just like kind of just an average wide receiver, but like, man, he had like 99 spec catch for just to go on that, and I'm like, how did he catch this stuff?
Somebody that we haven't really been talking about their defense is the Cincinnati Bengals, because their defense is garbage.
Pretty bad,
because it's garbage. Well, they had a goal line punch out this week, and that pretty much saved their game. Let's watch this play.
Here he is again, trying to bang it in. Review. I think that ball was out.
Before the runner crossed the goal line, it was fumbled at the 1-yard line and recovered by Cincinnati. It's first down.
Yeah, he would have been down.
All the punch out.
Dude.
I mean, that's huge because the Browns looking to cap off an opening drive with a touchdown. All of a sudden, it was a fumble.
Really, the difference kind of in that game without.
Could you imagine how much different that Browns team would have played? Oh, we're feeling good in Cincinnati. We go down, we get an opening drive touchdown, early lead. We're feeling good. The defense can start teeing off a little bit, and then nope.
Yep.
Dejected.
Because now it's really like
rookie,
by the fourth
or
quarter,
not a rookie quarterback, but a young quarterback.
20-14.
Exactly. And instead, they got down on themselves after that.
We
never really looked the same.
We got another defensive play. This one, fumbled snap, turns into a touchdown. This is kind of a crazy play.
Insane.
6'4", 240 pounds. Imagine trying to tackle him as a high school player. Daniels, an alchemist. Wow. Broken play, and he turns it into gold.
What bowl game was that?
I feel like it was like the Cypress Gator Bowl or something.
Oh, yeah.
It was Florida UNC.
That was Florida Tulane.
Oh, Florida Tulane.
So Florida holds on to the college football MacGuffin, actually.
They played in the Gasparilla Bowl.
Oh,
the Gasparilla Bowl.
33-8. Florida ends up winning it.
Enjoy the win, Florida fans. You guys got another gauntlet coming up next year.
Yeah, no kidding.
8-5 though. Come on now.
Hey,
without
8-5?
some injuries, they'll be a little better.
Billy Napier is staying around for one more year.
A lot of really good young quarterbacks in the NFL. We've shown Herbert. Bo Nix has been on here. Joe Burrow also with a spinning throw, showing the athleticism of these new era quarterbacks, man. Get him out the pocket. They can still make plays. Joe Burrow, here we go.
2-touchdown lead as we play inside of 4 minutes. Burrow climbs the pocket, running for his life, flicks it out. Unreal. It's Drew Sample.
Oh, no way.
Joe Burrow, we've seen him with a touchdown pass basically from his stomach. And here the escape artist, it's a 12-yard pickup.
Oh.
Travel.
was a travel, dude.
Refs missed one there.
Call.
Refs
Good
missed.
call right there.
Refs missed.
NFL.
And real NBA refs in the
accountability.
NFL. Could you imagine, dude? Oh my gosh,
geez.
dude. Oh my gosh. The degenerate gamblers, dude, would
You wouldn't make it through.
Make the United CEO look like a game of hide and go seek, dude. You know what I mean? We got,
Good Lord.
dude, Bryce Young again with a top play. I mean, shout out this guy. Way to come back from the depths of purgatory where people were ready to get rid of this guy for a USFL handbag. I mean, now he's out here standing and delivering for the squad.
I mean, dude, he got smoked
Jacked
on
up.
this play.
He got jacked up.
This play, he got.
If he
smashed.
takes this sack, this is possible. This is like
I
you
think he
got
fumbles
jacked
that
up.
football. If
I
he
think
gets
so.
hit with that.
Because this was a shot. We're gonna watch this play.
For Bryce Young. Oh, was he hammered as he completed the pass? Back to Tremble for a first down. But I mean, Bryce Young got leveled like a pancake, but he's up smiling.
Yeah, he is.
Kaiser White leveled him.
He's having fun.
He just
What
lost
took the
himself 50
offensive
grand.
lineman so long
Yeah,
to get over there and get your butt? He's
Yeah.
almost halfway. You got to go. He just delivered for you, dude. What are we
Right.
doing?
I mean,
How did he just get free like that?
you guys messed
Yeah,
up
he was straight
a
through
blocking
that A-gap,
assignment
dude.
bad.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
yeah,
that was
they
a
missed a block in this.
that was a bad miss block, or like they didn't shift the protection the right way. I mean, like because White he lined up like he was blitzing through the A gap, and they just opened it for him. Like
Yeah. He was
you
like,
got you
I'm
got
going this way.
Like
And they're like, all right, go ahead.
I mean,
man."
even if you're gonna make him run through untouched, like you got to make sure like he has to like bounce it to the B gap or something. Like I get it. Sometimes the defense sends more than you can block, but
he's blitzing to eliminate the gap, not just run straight through it.
I mean that was like under 2 seconds when and White was through. It was nuts. What a strike though there by Bryce Young.
Good hit. We like it, but you're probably going to get fined 50.
Probably gonna
Oh
get
yeah,
fined.
no,
You're
he's
going to
definitely
lose
getting fined.
50K.
Yeah.
You're going to lose 50K.
John Runyon doesn't play that. He's the
He'll spear you though and drive his helmet right into your chest though.
John Run, he's probably hit quarterbacks like that hundreds of times. You do it once, yeah.
another.
Give us $50,000.
We got another young quarterback here, man. Drake May. We mentioned him earlier.
Oh, this is a dime.
In the second segment. Drake May, another young quarterback. Theme of this top plays right now. Young quarterbacks making plays. Let's check this out.
They're showing
New England, who dominated for so long. May, timing route in the air. It is caught. What a grab. Booty. Touchdown. New England. You can't do it any better than that. 28 yards.
It's like you were saying earlier.
Beautiful.
Throw the deep ball open. That's
Throw the
double-
deep ball
that's
open.
double coverage.
Throw the deep ball open, dude.
That's double.
100%.
Right. Back
Not enough people
shoulder,
do that.
Right in the back. Right in the bread basket. That couldn't
That's
have been a
beautiful.
better
I'm
throw.
telling you, man. I want to see what Drake May can do with a better offensive line and an honest to God #1 wide receiver, man. He's got some special talent.
Yeah. The Patriots will actually be, worthwhile watching because it won't be the same guy that's won
Right.
it 7 times. It'll be a refreshing rebuild.
It's
for
a
the Patriots
different
to
type
get
of
back.
quarterback. Brady's a very get the ball out quickly. Like he refuses to be sacked. He'll spam checkdowns all day until you give him the deep ball, and then he'll just place a perfect one. But
We got
Yeah.
another Joe Burrow highlight here. We're gonna get some we're gonna get some touchdowns coming up with the next top plays. Joe Burrow, insane touchdown.
8 minutes. Burrow, pocket collapses. Burrow stumbling and just masterfully gets it to Higgins.
Superman pass, dude.
how did he throw
Superman
that?
pass. Yeah,
like inches off.
that reminds me like the Patrick Mahomes play from a couple years ago when he did that.
Yeah,
But
that
that
was
didn't
an
go for a
incompletion.
touchdown.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that honestly should have been picked. He kind of just threw up a
just
prayer.
threw it up prayer. Yeah. It kicked off like somebody's ankles or whatever. But
Yeah.
yeah, that going for a touchdown is wild, bro.
There's a little short 2-yarder, but still, like,
Dude,
he's inches off the ground making a throw.
I'll still ride with my Broncos, but Burrow is playing absolutely out of his mind. He's
Yeah.
unhinged this year.
Yeah, dude.
Makes
He
me
really should.
nervous.
If that record was a little bit better, he's the MVP.
MVP
and it's
front
really
runner.
not
He's
even
the
close.
minus 10,000 favorite.
He is.
I mean, he's at least
Right.
he should at least get comeback player of the year.
I
though.
would think so.
I like that. For
JSN absolutely dominant young wide receiver. Gonna be a stud in the NFL,
this guy.
I think. Second year in the league. Came on last year. Obviously, fantasy football, people love him. Not bad. Really good young wide receiver. JSN, insane catch after contact.
And twist. Smith down the middle for Jackson Smith and Jigba. And somehow he came down with that ball against Byron Murphy Jr.
Are you kidding me, Adam? Look at that.
Yeah.
Throwing it open. You got 3 guys in deep coverage. Hole shot. My guy will catch it. Easy. I mean, you got a guy like JSN. That's an easy catch for him. He's done that for a while.
Special player. Came from wide receiver. I'll give Ohio State that. They do produce some fire wide receivers. Them in LSU for sure.
Somebody who's been doing it for a while, Mr. Mike Evans, everybody. Another top play on till the final whistle.
Parsons got a good inside rush. Mike Evans first target of the night. Sensational catch. He's not touched. Let's see, he was touched.
Yeah.
Wow.
I did bet Mike Evans anytime touchdown. I did bet Tampa Bay Buccaneers -4 pregame. Both those lost. No big deal. But it's okay. But they're playing for the bigger picture. Mike Evans, absolute dog.
You should have bet Mike Evans spectacular catch.
Yeah, no
that was insane.
Somebody who hasn't been on the show finally making an appearance. Somebody who I thought would be on our show more. Devin A-Chain, running back from the Miami Dolphins. Really kind of a quiet year. Really not much going. If you do it, we show it.
It's just he's more like,
and he has been.
It's just like a volume thing where he's not like ripping off a ton of big plays or things like that, but he's just like attrition on the defense. He's just catching and running the ball for like 5-6 yards a pop.
You got me 33 points in fantasy.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Dude, in the league I drafted Christian McCaffrey. I also got him like in the 8th round, I think. And I mean, like basically, he was like mini CMC. Yeah, like that, like kind of saved my season having him, be on my lineup while McCaffrey was hurt.
Dude,
he's been carrying my team.
Healthy, man. That's a solid duo.
He's been carrying my team for a while.
Let's check this out. Devin A-Chain, welcome to Top Plays until the final whistle.
Devin, 1st and 10. Another big run. There he goes. He's got wide open space. A-Chan with an A+ effort and a touchdown by Miami.
Yeah, still inside zone.
Cool.
San Fran's defense, man.
I don't know what happened.
What happened to it?
That was great ball carrier vision. I mean, him just following the blocks and cutting it upfield once he hit the second level, and the speed. That guy, he's a lot of fun with that speed, man.
He's tiny once he gets going, dude.
Yeah, definitely a threat. Like to
3 minutes.
A threat every time he touches it. But what's our next play we got on here, Jimmy?
If you fall for the gimmick, you'll become the gimmick. That's all.
Jones remains out of the game. Fumble, but Love, it bounced right to him. Now back. Now throws. He's got a man wide open. Musgrave catches it, falls down. What a wild play. He's down to the 5.
Earlier, and then this is the one for the Bears today. Jahmyr Gibbs falling on the ground. Jared Goff looked like he was about to fall, and the next thing you know, Laporta's racing down that sideline for a touchdown.
That player that they exposed for the Chicago Bears, Jonathan Owens, ex-Green Bay Packers beleaguered safety and husband of Olympic gold medalist
Simone Biles.
But if you fall for the gimmick, you become the gimmick. The Packers created an off-schedule play because the play went off schedule. Jordan Love fumbled. A couple players fell down. No big deal. Got up, kept his composure, made a pass downfield. Ben Johnson saw that on tape and said, well, we're just going to recreate a
We're
fake.
just going to act like
we're just going to act like we did that. And the Bears will get, out of position. They're not disciplined in their rush lanes or their pass lanes. We're going to get one. And they got one.
Work to perfection.
And now the Bears are probably going to hire the coach who just created the best gimmick play probably of the 21st century off of a play that a team ran in Jordan Love's first start last year. Like that was Jordan Love's fourth touchdown pass of that game in his first career start against the Chicago Bears.
I mean, the ownership passed right to Jordan Love. It really did.
Wild, guys.
All right, what we got for our next touchdown here?
We're gonna get into
next top play.
We're gonna get into some long touchdowns Saquon Barkley, been on the show, fan favorite of the show. Another long touchdown.
For this coaching staff, Barkley carries it 20 times per game, has room, and there he goes. Saquon Barkley showing the speed. He'll take it all the way. Touchdown from 68.
Yeah, 68-yard touchdown run in the NFL. College, happens all the time. NFL,
that's tough.
You got gapped.
Dude, I'm like, how many long touchdown runs does Barkley have this season of like 40 plus?
Right.
It's
crazy.
It's up there. It's up there. I think he hits 2,000. He's got to average 134 yards in his last 2 games to hit 2,000 rushing yards this season.
It's gonna be tough, boys. We got a couple.
They play the Giants one of those weeks. They probably could.
Giants,
not sitting.
Isn't it Giants and Cowboys?
I
think it is.
I
think they play the Cowboys last.
Or
week,
we're talking about
the
we're talking about the
Giants
Eagles,
last
right?
Season. Yeah.
Yeah, the Eagles.
Giants is the last week.
Especially if Hurts is out.
Yeah, they play Cowboys, Giants back to back.
We'd be giving
at home.
Barkley the ball a lot for sure.
At home, back to back weeks.
I think easily he could do that. If he has one, like if he explodes and just goes crazy against the Giants for like 150 yards, easily. I think he can.
Well, you mentioned we got some more long touchdowns.
We got some
Jimmy.
long touchdown runs.
Who else made the long touchdown?
Buddy,
list this
Jonathan Taylor single-handedly pretty much won people their fantasy football leagues or to go to the championship in their fantasy football league. We're going to watch back-to-back Jonathan Taylor, very long touchdown runs.
Huge redemption game for him after costing the Colts last week.
No kidding. You ain't lying there, brother.
Yeah. Play
First one is a 65-yard
yeah.
touchdown run to the house.
Listen to it.
First down, it's Taylor again. And Taylor explodes. Taylor's into the open field. He has one man to beat. No chance. And he'll hold on to the ball with 2 hands into the end zone. Touchdown, Colts 65.
Still has it.
Still has the ball. Didn't drop it. Famously.
They
dropped
said
the
there's
ball
no
at the
chance he
1 yard
wasn't
line.
making it until at least the O in Indianapolis before he dropped that one.
His teammates were giving him crap at the end.
Oh,
of that
yeah. They probably
celebration.
find
They were trying to pull the ball out of his
Yeah,
hand
yeah.
there. It
They
was
probably
funny.
find him on the team, like one of those team finds too. Probably got him there. Jonathan Taylor, not to be outdone by Jonathan Taylor, 65-yard touchdown run. Jonathan Taylor comes back with a 70-yard to the house. Check this out.
Back to Taylor, and Taylor trying to put it away all by himself. Taylor into the open field one more time. Oh, what a stiff arm to loosen the load. He's into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis, 70 yards. Jonathan Taylor having a day.
Wow. It was just the tackle trap.
Yeah, he went untouched for 35 yards. I mean, carrying the ball through the back of the end, no shades of last week, rather. Chuba Hubbard, running back for the dub, dude.
For the game.
How about the Fighting Carolina Panthers showing some life?
Called game.
Hubbard. Chuba Hubbard dancing into the end zone and a Panthers victory with a touchdown in overtime.
Dude, I mean, he's not that big of a guy.
Ran through 2 guys' face
tackles.
That was crazy, man.
Like simultaneously, like 2 guys got him simultaneously, and he ran through him.
He's a solid back.
He's
I like
solid.
him.
Yeah.
We got a
Panthers
special
might have
teams
found a
play.
good one there.
Alert. We got a special teams play. He barely saved this punt.
Oh, this was
Oh yeah, this was in the Ravens game, right?
It was, yeah.
Drive there to start the game, but a few little game-changing plays like that force this punt. And,
looked like they saved it. What a play that was down there, and they do. They're going to have it down at the 2.
Game of
What a
inches
play.
right there.
We love special teams on this show.
Yeah. Special teamer that Lamar Jackson's thrown multiple touchdowns to this year. No big deal.
Guys, I saw this and I just turned the game off because I knew it was going to be a joke after this. Jameson Williams catches his long touchdown. How bad can the Bears actually be? Like, you have one job, just don't get rolled out of the building at home. Keep the game close and give your fans hope. No, we can't have that in Chicago. There ain't no hope in Chicago. Jameson Williams. I don't even know how to say your name, dude. I'm sorry. Jameson Williams, 80-yard touchdown snag on the road in Chicago. Not a tough place to play.
Goff on first down, firing downfield for Williams. He's got it. Jameson Williams into the end zone. Touchdown. around, 82 yards.
Mr.
No, it
Jonathan
wasn't.
Owens
Jonathan
himself.
Owens got beat
No,
again.
John.
So he gave
Welcome.
up. He got fooled on the fake stumble play, and then he just got torched as the safety help there.
I remember when
J-Mo.
when Packer fans, like by like week 11, we weren't playing him. We were playing like some like 7th round rookie that isn't even on our team anymore over him. And like I remember Packer fans like, you got to play Jonathan Owens. Our safeties are and we were garbage. All we had was Darnell Savage. We didn't have McKinney yet, so all we had was Darnell Savage, and he's really kind of shaky. And so we're playing like safeties. We're playing Jonathan Owens. Like we're playing nobodies, like free agents, bunch of guys. Like we had 5 different safeties play next to Darnell Savage last year. Pretty much the weakness of our team. By week 11, he wasn't playing safety for the Green Bay Packers. He was only a special teams player because, dude, like we were getting throttled.
Liability out there.
Huge liability. And he will not refuses to tackle in the run game.
He really seems to have his eyes in the backfield
He
a
does.
lot. Like, I mean, you can just fool him with anything. Like
He's a safety and a linebacker type mentality. Like he wants to play like a linebacker in the box, but he's a safety. He's not a,
They have him at like free safety too. Like you
Yeah.
got to roam the field, dog.
Right.
You're supposed to be like,
Right.
back
Go get
there roaming
everybody.
the field. Yeah, you're the last line of defense.
It's probably why they're like, okay, he kind of has like linebacker eyes in the backfield, but he's small, like a DB safety. He can be pretty solid, but it really just becomes like just give him a double move out deep, and you kind of have him because he's going to be lost.
Well, one guy who hasn't been on our top plays at all this year because he's had a pretty bad year
Rough
for
year.
all records. Debo.
Before you roll this, can I just say, going into this week, Debo Samuel, he had as many receiving touchdowns as Lions offensive lineman Dan Skipper and Bengals defensive end Sam Hubbard. He now has more than both of those guys, thanks to this play here.
But right back, they get the first. Debo fights for it. What an effort. Debo into the end zone for the San Francisco touchdown. That's his best play of the year. Been following the Niners. No one would dispute.
Call there by Jim Nantz, definitely his best play of the year.
Definitely best player of the year.
Debo
Definitely.
Samuel going off on my bench when it was too little too late in the fantasy season.
Yeah, man. It's tough. Well, we got him again, man. Sam Darnold, revitalization of his career. Friendly system, good wide receiver. Darnold and Justin Jefferson, you get the top play of the week. This was an absolute dime by Sam Darnold. Not seeing ghosts, actually playing pretty good. Getting pressure, stepping up in the pocket and making a play. Let's check this out.
Stepping up, launching downfield, and it is caught! Twisting, turning, touchdown, Jefferson! Minnesota's back in front.
When they blitzed him, they were really effective. They kind of held him in check for a little bit of the game. They had a chance to win, man.
They really
That
game
did. Like
was
they were
closer
winning
than
it. They were
should've been.
winning in before this play happened.
They were, but they had to lead the drive to take the.
They did, and Geno Smith choked it, but they were still winning.
Well, no, Geno did lead the drive with around, like they scored with around 4:50 left, to like take the lead. So they went up 24-20.
That's what.
Yeah.
And then this happened.
Then Darnold, like a minute and a half later,
Scores that touchdown.
led them down the field and scored that touchdown.
Yeah. Yep.
He got smoked. I know you're saying they kind of held Darnold in check, but I mean, if I'm being honest, Darnold was 22-35. Not the greatest completion percentage, 246 and 3 touchdowns, no picks, 112 passer rating.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, if that's
it's just a 2 picks by Geno Smith that launched it.
If that's
He
getting
also
held
had-
in check,
He also, I mean,
I'll take it.
you know, yeah, like a touchdown a quarter, but like they had a chance. Like that was so good that they were losing. So like they needed that. Like I don't know.
That's
A
just the
team like
Vikings, man.
Seattle-
They just live in one position games.
They do. They really
like
do.
they have like the best record since 2022
in like one score games.
Yeah. I mean, they live on the edge. That's just what they do.
Living on the edge. All right, boys.
All right. Well, that's top
We got
plays
it.
of the week.
Top plays is done. We got our ever famous, my favorite
Pick 'em.
segment, pick 'em time, baby.
Going to get to it because we will not have a Wednesday show, and we got multiple games on Wednesday, so we got to make sure we got these picks in. And we're going to start with the morning game, the Kansas City Chiefs versus the Pittsburgh Steelers in Pittsburgh. People are calling this the Devil Magic Bowl, as both teams have been accused of using Devil Magic. The Chiefs to win their Super Bowls and Mike Tomlin to never have a losing season. Kind of crazy that we're having this game of dark forces on the day that Christ was born. Certainly interesting things to think about there. However, I just can't pick against the Chiefs. I keep wanting to, and they keep winning games. But you know what? I'm going to do it one more time. I'm actually going to take the Steelers in this one.
Yeah, I like it.
I know
it's probably going to come back to bite me, but I don't care. Come on, give me Pittsburgh at home. They need a win. Chiefs,
I like
7-8 against the spread this year.
Yeah, they're not good. It's just not good.
The over/under on this game is 44.
44.
I would smash the under.
I
It's gonna
kind
be
of
like a
believe
13-10 ball game.
I
Oh
kind of,
my god!
yeah.
Two really good defenses going up against it. Russell Wilson, not the type of guy to really be able to scramble and
Yeah,
extend plays like that.
That fumble against the Ravens on Saturday, that really kind of showed it. And I mean, the entire 3-year stint in Denver just kind of showed he's not really the same quarterback. And he's going to be getting teed off on. He's not
really
great
is.
under pressure anymore. And he's got Karlaftis, he's got Chris Jones, and he's got freaking Nick Bolton coming after him. I want to vote against the dark magic, but I got to go Chiefs here. HG, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry.
Okay. I do this. I just have to I have to do this to give myself some hope, some optimism.
I like it.
You know?
I like that.
To believe. All right. Next up, we got the Ravens playing the Texans. Sorry,
Going
Houston
Baltimore.
fans. I
Yeah,
got to go
sorry,
Baltimore.
guys. Baltimore's got you. Your weapons are all gone.
It's Nico Collins.
Tank Dell's, man, that sucks, dude. He's torn his ACL like back-to-back years.
Yeah, Joe Mixon's been kind of shaky these past couple weeks. Now you're going up against the number one run defense in the NFL. Yeah, I don't know.
Spread is 5, total is 46 and a hook. I really like Baltimore here, -5.
Me too.
They're 8-6-1 against the spread this year. Pretty good. I probably got to go Baltimore.
Flash forward to the next day, Thursday night football. Seattle Seahawks going into Soldier Field. Give me a get-right game for Seattle coming off another loss. The Bears are the get-right team, man. I mean,
I can't pick the Bears again this year. Remember, we both picked the Bears a couple weeks ago.
We did.
And they lost.
Dude, they
that
haven't
one.
won a game since October.
Yeah, they're on a 9-game losing streak, worse than the Saints, who went on a 7-game losing streak.
Exactly. We won our games more convincingly too.
I think so. Like,
yeah.
it's like either like the Raiders or Giants are the only one that have like a worse like losing streak.
The only teams
the Raiders won
AFC.
last week.
I don't think the Bears have beaten an NFC team.
So they beat the Jaguars. They beat the Patriots. They beat the Panthers. The Bears did beat the Panthers.
And they beat Tennessee week 1.
Then they beat the Titans. Yeah.
So they've beaten one NFC team.
And that's like the worst
The
team.
worst.
The worst team.
Well, one
other than
and it was when
themselves.
they play the Panthers now. Who's winning?
Oh, the Panthers.
We're taking the
Give
Panthers.
me that,
Destroy
yeah.
'em.
The Panthers were
Beginning of the year, I think they played the Red Rocket too.
They were in
It was a
turmoil.
Red
Yeah,
Rocket
yeah.
rivalry game.
Andy Dalton.
They didn't play. They didn't even
Andy
play
Dalton.
Bryce Young.
And they were in London.
They were in
It
London.
was one of those.
No, it was at Soldier Field.
Was
They
it?
yeah, they played the Jags in London.
That's right.
It was like the Jags 2-game home stint at oh no, the Bears didn't even beat the Patriots. The Patriots beat
Oh my gosh! Yeah, you're
Who
right.
was the other team that
The
they beat?
Patriots
Oh,
beat them.
The Bears did. The Bears lost to the Patriots.
They did, yeah.
Yeah.
Like badly too, like 19-3.
He got sacked 9 times. Remember that?
Oh yeah.
Caleb Williams.
Hold on.
Oh boy, oh
Hold
boy,
on.
oh boy.
Hold on. Hold on. No.
We
I
gotta
don't
we gotta
even-
look at this. We gotta
I don't
see who
even
this
know.
is.
I don't even know what real life is anymore, dude. Yeah, they beat the Titans. They
They
beat.
beat the-
Oh, they
they
beat the Rams. That's crazy.
When
work,
the
dude.
Rams were all banged
When
up.
they're all
and,
banged up,
yeah.
and they
That's why
won
everybody thought
24-18.
they were going to be better.
That's it.
They
They did
beat
beat the
the
Panthers
Rams.
36-10, and they did beat the Jaguars 35-16. And
All
that's
right.
it.
Well, I don't think they're going to beat the Seahawks.
No
so-
wins after the calendar has turned to October 25th.
Wow.
No big deal.
Oh my goodness.
As bad as it could get.
So they're going to at least
Almost
It's
2 months without
going to
a
be
win.
well. Even if they win on Thursday, it'll
be
be 2 months
months.
since
Yeah.
they last won again.
Yeah, Christmas will be past.
Yeah.
Boy, that's tough. All right, let's get to the Saturday triple header. Chargers versus New England. Come on, Paige.
Chargers.
Drake May, don't fail me.
I'm going.
Let's
New
go.
England too.
I mean, the Chargers got to go across the country. It's so for them. This is like a
Short week.
It's like a 10 a.m. game for them.
Right.
LA to Foxborough.
Tough matchup. I'd probably take
in
New
the
England.
morning.
I love New England here.
Give me the Patriots.
I like it.
I mean, they almost went into Buffalo and beat them there. They certainly had the Bills stressing. All right, Denver versus Cincinnati. You know I'm rolling with my boys, even though I'm real nervous about how Joey B is playing. I think
this is where I'm throwing the monkey wrench in the AFC playoffs because I think the Chargers and the Broncos win.
that would clinch it up then.
That would just cinch it up. I think they end it.
Now all the questions would be is seeding.
I think Saturday.
Well,
they're
you'd be
gonna
the 7th
end it.
seed. They have the tiebreaker. They beat y'all twice.
Yeah. Well, I
You'd
mean,
be
like
the
if
7th
they were to drop a game against the Raiders, but we won out, they're 10-7 and we're 11-5.
AFC.
But yeah, I mean, we're probably
you're not
the
winning
7th
out.
seed.
Denver Broncos are losing to Cincinnati Bengals.
Believe
by at least 13.
Believe in the Broncos. Now, here's what the
No,
strategy.
The defense for the Broncos is too good. I probably got to go Denver, even though they're
Yeah.
3.5 points.
Here's what I think the strategy should be. Vance Joseph, I hope you're listening. Patrick Surtain on T. Higgins. You just have him play him straight up the entire game. And then you double team Jamar Chase all game and make somebody else beat you.
Yeah.
Surtain can delete
Yeah.
T. Higgins. You just throw the double on Chase so he can't
And
go
even
crazy.
if Chase with a double team still gets, 80 yards and a touchdown, that won't beat you.
No. Oh.
If Jamar Chase gets 100 yards, 125 yards, and 2 touchdowns, that could beat you.
That would definitely be this. So I think that's just your best option. Like, yeah, you
And I
would
just don't
probably
believe in the Bengals defense.
I don't either.
I think
That's why I'm
I
saying
think
the
Bo
Broncos
Nix
could
can
win.
probably do
bounce
something.
back game too.
Yeah. It's
I
a
probably gotta go
classic
Broncos.
Sean Payton shootout.
As soon as I said Bengals over, I was like, I don't like that at all. I got to go Broncos.
Please,
Classic
please
Sean
just
Payton
let's
shootout.
stop getting away from the run. Please stop getting away from Audric Estime. He's really good.
There's
He's
so
a
many.
really good running back. Just please keep giving him the football, Sean Payton. I beg
Keep
you.
it simple. You got to
know.
go with the KISS rule. You're
Keep it simple, stupid.
Freaking throwing 1st and 10 deep balls.
Yeah.
It should have been a PI, but why are we calling that play on 1st and 10? Because now you're 2nd and 10. The other team knows you have to run the football.
Yeah, like Sean Payton is playing like he's had some absolutely lunatic play calls
Yeah.
this year.
Yeah,
It's kind of
he is
worked.
kind of a mad hatter.
It's worked.
You don't know
It does
what you're
work.
gonna get.
It's been working against like the bad teams because they're just,
They're not ready.
they don't know
Yeah,
what
they're
to
not
do. But
ready
yeah,
for
like
that.
against a more disciplined team, more disciplined defenses, might work against the Bengals. But let's just get behind. Let's just get behind our offensive line. It's like one of the best in the NFL. Let them. Let's set up the runs, get the quick passing game going, and then we'll work it down the field. But I do believe in the Broncos. I think the strategy, we double chase Surtain on Higgins, make somebody else beat us. Can we keep an eye on what's his face, Chase Brown out of the backfield. Yeah, make Alexander Yosivas or Trent Irvine. Make one of those guys beat us.
True.
Nice, dude.
Let's do
Luke Musgrave's going to be playing tonight.
Oh, well, somebody's going to have to guard him. Same with
He's just coming off ankle surgery. I just don't know if he's going to play much. We got him.
This might be a good bounce back from injury week for your
Could
boy
be.
Luke Musgrave.
Final game of that Saturday triple header. We got the Cardinals and the Rams. Cardinals nothing to play for. They're out of the playoffs.
Yeah, Rams -5.5.
I'm taking the Rams here.
Big time.
Yeah.
Big time.
Team that's just finding the way to win. They get into like ugly games too. Still come out
Yeah,
on
they'll
top.
beat you in an ugly matchup still.
That defensive line, I think, can shut down James Conner, which is what the
think so.
Rams want. They want James Conner to be able to run the ball. They can't do that. It all kind of falls apart. All right.
Jets in Buffalo. 10.5 is the spread. Total is 46 and a hook.
And if you pick
Probably
the
Buffalo,
Jets,
easy
you're a
Buffalo.
maniac.
Yeah, I'm
You're
going
a
with the
freaking
Bills.
madman if you pick the freaking Jets.
Tampa Bay.
I can't pick
Carolina.
A-Rod.
Tampa Bay.
I'm going Tampa to get a bounce back here at home.
Me too.
It'll be a gritty one.
7.5.
Be a gritty divisional.
I think
matchup
the
for
Bucks are
sure.
definitely going to cause them some problems, but I think Tampa's going to come out on top ultimately.
I'm with
That
you.
one's going to be low scoring, and that's why
I
Carolina's
think
going
that
to lose.
too, man.
Because
I think Carolina +8. That's not bad to take there.
It's 7.5 right now on my book. I'd still kind of take that though. I'm
it's
definitely
not
betting
bad.
that under right now because I think that'll
49. Yeah, that's going to be low
I think
scoring.
that's going to go down.
Divisional
towards game
matchup. That's
time.
going to be like
Let's get this dog with fleas game out of the way. Titans, Jaguars.
Oh yeah.
Who cares about this one? The Jags won the first matchup, so I'm just going to pick Tennessee based off of that.
Yeah.
Even though the Jags have the
Yeah.
home field advantage. Mason Rudolph is in there. Maybe the offense looks a little bit better.
It
All right.
kind of has. Like, yeah, he didn't really play that horrible. They got beat, but
Yeah. Alrighty. Huge matchup here. Green Bay and Minnesota.
see this one. So the Packers are going to have to bounce back after the loss tonight. So I think the Packers are easily going to win this game. Jimmy was looking at his phone. His jaw dropped after he heard me say that. Packers win it. Let's go. They're going to need the bounce back.
Yeah, Packers are gonna win, caveman. I'm sorry. We're probably gonna score 40. I do think Spencer Rattler will be able to pull a Tommy Cutlets in the first half though and keep that game close.
That's all.
Because we're a second half team. We like to wait to see what you got, adjust. Our defense, one of the better second half defenses in the league, really only given up in the second half, man. We've only given up like 13 points at the most, and that was to the Detroit Lions.
Yeah,
they're
you
gonna
know
tee
what,
off on my boy
Jimmy. You seem very confident that the Packers are going to go on the road against an NFC North opponent.
We always split with them
and blow them out. You seemed very confident about that when they had to do it on the Thursday night, and guess what happened?
Oh,
where?
That's a low blow.
I mean,
when?
I kind of gotta.
Wait. When? Where?
Against
That's
Detroit.
a low blow.
We were
there, man.
You seemed very confident that they were going to go in and blow out Detroit.
In
their own building.
Well, we scored enough points to do it.
Yeah.
You know what I
That's
mean? We just
true.
couldn't stop a freaking nosebleed.
That's true.
And in the second half, I mean, like they scored again all their points in the first half.
I don't know.
They got 6 points in the second.
I'm just you sucked me in with your confidence last time. I'm not falling for it. Give me
It's okay.
Minnesota.
All right.
Just because you're
you
so
pick the Packers beat the
fine.
Saints. All right.
Because
I
you're
see
so-
how it is.
Yeah, it's
I
an
see how it
afterthought.
is.
I think he picked it last week. The Packers are going to blow out
Yeah.
the Saints on Monday.
I think the Packers score 41. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Give me my push-ups, man. That
Dude,
ain't
your
nothing.
defense
I'll take some
is
push-ups.
scrappy though, dude.
Yeah.
It's scrappy. I'm all right. That's enough time on
Like,
that.
I don't know, man. Jimmy, your
Packers are going to beat the Packers. Will beat Minnesota Vikings.
your confidence. It makes me nervous. I got you. It seems like
Just because we
it's
always
a prime
split,
trap
it's
game.
like we always split. Like it's just happened. Like literally in our last 10 matchups, we're 5-5 to the over. We're 5-5 to the cover. And we're 5-5 heads up. Same with the Detroit Lions. We always split.
You didn't split this year.
We didn't split this year for the first time in 9 years, where either we swept them or we split with them. You know what I mean? That was their first win at home in Detroit against us in 4 years. So congratulations. Because we beat them in Thanksgiving the year before. Aaron Rodgers, his last year, beat him in Detroit. And then they beat us in Green Bay to end the year and knock us out of the playoffs. You know what I mean? The year before, we split with them on that crazy Monday night game where we won in Detroit and Aaron Rodgers needed Allen Lazard for a late touchdown. We always split with the Detroit Lions. We always split with the Minnesota Vikings. It's just what always happens. So why wouldn't I just pick it again?
That's fair enough.
That's just really all I'm going off of.
True.
And my blind delusion as a fan.
Yeah.
Because Jordan Love has a perfect passer rating in Minnesota so far to start his career. Has a 158.8 last year. 5 touchdowns. 435 yards. Jane Reed had 2 of them. Tucker Kraft had two touchdowns.
It's been a year of abnormalities, though. So I'm picking
And it's a
against
smart
the
pick.
grain.
It's a smart pick. I mean, Minnesota Vikings battling for
13 wins.
possible division win. Going to be coming right down to
I
it.
think this will be like a big win for the Vikings to make their playoff choke even more spectacular.
It's going to be wild, right? Because we all
It's
know
going
that
to be
they're losing
bad.
in the
It's
playoffs.
going to. I mean, they always find a way to lose in some just
insane
fashion. Because you even look like they'll stack together some wins, like the Minneapolis Miracle. What happens the following week? Philadelphia
Smash.
beats the brakes off of them.
Yeah.
Game was over at halftime.
Yeah.
Everybody was
Yeah.
saying a home
And the
field
NFC
advantage
Championship.
With
Super
like
Bowl for 'em.
Nick, that was when what's his name was?
That
Just
was the Philly
Keenum?
special year. It was Nick Foles.
Nick Foles.
Yeah.
That's right.
Dude, that 2018?
Yeah.
The NFL, they
2017,
posted like a
2018,
graphic.
yeah.
They're like championship weekend starts right now. And it's just it'll live in my infamy because the quarterbacks going into the conference championship weekend that year were Tom Brady. That makes sense. Blake Bortles.
Did not.
Case Keenum.
Case Keenum.
Nick Foles.
Yeah.
I'm sorry that
Yeah.
clouded the Broncos' eyes.
Yeah.
And they went and got Case
Yeah.
Keenum after
That was a
year.
tough season after that.
That
Yeah.
All right, we don't got to talk about that. Let's go to the Giants and the Colts. That game's in New
Probably gotta
York.
go Colts.
I'm gonna go with the Colts.
That's
Yeah.
okay. Moving on.
Saints versus the Raiders.
Let's go Saints.
Saints.
yeah,
Yeah.
the Raiders are
Saints.
going to let us win.
Let's go
Oh,
Saints.
yeah,
Derek
the
Carr's
Raiders
not
want-
playing.
Let's go Saints.
Derek
Raiders
Carr
want
has no
Shador.
chance. Yeah, Derek Carr has no chance to lose to every team in the NFL this year.
Dude, he's safe.
That's
Oh my
right.
God.
He's safe.
Safe.
Dude, he broke his hand.
He broke his
That's
hand
why
on
he. That's
purpose.
why he did that crazy jump. He's like, I gotta get hurt before I play the Raiders,
That's
or I'm
right.
gonna lose
That's
to them.
I'm going to lose to all
He
32 teams.
Had to avoid history
Jesus.
being made.
That's all.
Oh my God.
That's all.
You should have, honestly, man, just come in, play with the cast on, make history. Lose to all 32
Let it happen.
teams.
Come on, Card. Don't
It'll
fight
happen
it.
before his career's over.
He could
Yeah.
put his name in a staple with a bunch of legendary quarterbacks.
Brett
Because
Favre?
Drew Brees lost to
True.
like 30 teams.
Yep.
Brett Favre
lost to all of them.
Yep.
Everyone.
There's a lot of big names.
Pick
you
you,
can
Aaron
make
Rodgers.
yourself look a lot better, Derek Carr. Go ahead and do it.
He just has to play Philly,
Sure.
or he just
Peyton,
has to play New Orleans.
Peyton
again.
lost to at least 31, I
Or
think,
Vegas.
or close to it.
Peyton lost to everyone except for I want to say his own team, the Colts.
The Colts beat us a couple of times with Peyton as quarterback. Has Brady lost every single team?
Yeah, but that's what I mean. Like, I don't
I don't think he has.
That's what I
actually.
mean. I don't think Peyton Manning has beaten the Colts.
He
He
did-
hasn't beaten every team.
He did beat. No,
Oh, he
has.
did?
Yeah.
Oh,
he's-
okay.
he's
All right.
beaten every
I
single team.
misheard you. All right, Miami, Cleveland.
saying that
in
he-
Cleveland.
has he been
I think
beaten
Miami's
by
got to
every
win this
team?
game.
Oh,
beaten by every team.
yeah. Give me the Dolphins here. Even
Yeah,
if
Dolphins probably got to win this out.
and it might be cold, so it might be
Might be
closer.
cold.
But I'm still going to go Miami here.
I think yeah, Miami might get off this cold weather schneid in this game.
The good team. to do it against.
295 money line favorite. I mean, Vegas knows something. This spread's 6 and a hook. They know something. I think Miami's the side to be on here. Sunday night football, boys.
Oh wait. Before, we did miss one.
Which one?
Afternoon game.
Which one?
Philadelphia, Dallas.
Oh, that's what I was just gonna say.
Oh well, they flexed that game out of.
Oh,
Yeah,
did
they
they?
swapped
Oh,
them.
covered
Washington, Atlanta.
Which
so
honestly,
Sunday.
with how the
that's right. I kind of like that. I appreciate that.
with how the Cowboys have been playing, this game might be pretty interesting. I do
It
think the
will be.
Eagles got to get a win here.
No
to
spread, no
get off the
total.
side.
Eagles need it.
Eagles are like a
probably gotta
9.5
go Eagles,
point
yeah.
favorite according to covers. So, yeah,
Yeah.
I think
I probably
It-
got to go Philly.
Cowboys
They're
are going
playing
to
good
make it
ball.
interesting though. They
Oh, it'll be an
are.
entertaining game, no doubt.
But-
No doubt.
I think the Eagles fighting for that one seed definitely need a bounce back win here. I might change my pick if Jalen Hurts isn't good to go. If that's Kenny
Oh, that's
Pickett
true.
and you got Micah Parsons coming after him all game,
That's right.
I think I might change my pick.
That's true. Good point right there, HG.
We'll keep an eye on the injury report. Then Sunday Night Football, the Commanders versus the Falcons. Huge game
Oh,
for
the
Atlanta.
Commanders.
I'm going Commanders.
I
here.
am going to go with the Commanders, though.
Can San Fran on Monday upset Detroit?
I don't think so.
I think they can.
I'm going Washington. I'm going Detroit.
Yeah, I gotta go Detroit.
I'm going San Fran on Monday.
The defense, man.
I
It's-
know.
It's
but
just two defense. One's really banged up and one isn't playing well.
if there's a
It's
coach who can get his boys ready and have that extra day,
True. It's
it's Kyle Shanahan, dude. I don't know, man. Kind of similar offenses. I think San Fran defense is going to match up with Detroit's offense just because they see that same style of offense in practice so much.
Fair enough.
No, Montgomery running the ball anymore.
Well,
that's going to take
true.
a toll.
That hurts you.
They're going to blitz. They probably have to. San Fran's season's over. They're just trying to play spoiler. Give me San Fran.
All right, fair enough.
They got to go cross country. If the game was in Detroit, I'd probably pick Detroit. Games in San Fran, give me San Fran. That's probably what I got to roll with.
All right. Well, those are the picks for this week. We think we all got the Packers tonight, right?
Yeah,
Caveman?
Packers. Yeah,
Not
Caveman.
me.
Yeah,
Not me.
You got
26-20 in
I gotta ride
overtime.
for my team.
Watch the upset. They called him a madman.
Called me a madman, but it happened tonight, 6 p.m. I know y'all already. Somebody's gonna have to do push-ups after tonight.
That's right.
It's probably gonna be
on
me
Friday.
But hey,
yeah,
we won't. We'll do a good chunk of them on Friday.
see how many
whoever
I
the
can
loser
do.
is, you just gotta hope the score doesn't get too high.
Yeah,
that's
don't
like,
let it get too out
right.
of hand.
Exactly.
Just don't let it get out of hand.
Yeah.
you're
and then
doing
you're
like
good.
it's 10 for every point scored, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, 10 for every point.
So I mean, somebody's doing. Whoever loses is
It's
doing
doing
at least
well
100,
over 300 push-ups.
probably.
If you're doing 10 for every point, there's 30 points scored. 300 push-ups right there.
I could do
Like I
that
said,
in like a week. I could do that in like a week.
410
If I spread them out,
push-ups here.
if I spread them out, you could do that much in a week.
Yeah.
Easily. I think it'll be fun to document that for the channel too. Whoever loses. May
Yeah.
the best team win.
May the
It's
best team
probably
win,
the freaking
Caveman.
Packers, probably.
May the best team win, buddy. All that great show, boys. All that much more coming up till the final whistle on Military Broadcast Radio.
We'll be back.
Good night and good luck. We'll see you Friday.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in to Military Broadcast Radio. As we wrap up today's show, we want to remind you that the podcast of today's episode will be available right after we go off the air. So if you missed any part of the show or want to listen again, be sure to check it out. And remember, we're here to support and honor our veterans. Your stories and experiences matter, and we are committed to giving you a platform to share them. That's right. We're here to give our veterans a voice. So don't forget to catch the podcast and stay connected with us. Giving our veterans a voice.